Okay, good morning, everybody. It feels strange to stand on this stage. Maybe I'll stand here. Okay. Well, good morning, everybody. I hope everybody, after all of these months, knows who I am. It's very lovely to see all of your faces, not just through Zoom or Teams, but actually get to shake all of your hands and say hello and mingle a little bit. Welcome to Boost Green Future Challenge Demo Day. Today is your big day, and I want to emphasize that this day is all about you guys. So I want to keep it very, very brief. Last week we were in Ukraine and we saw some amazing pitches and amazing presentations. I hope we will see the same today. We will have a few Ukrainian participants online on Zoom also watching your pitches. And I just want to say everybody from last week sent a lot of love and hugs to all of you and good luck because as you know, you are not directly competing with the Ukrainian participants. So a lot of cheers from them. Okay, we have a little bit of an agenda for today. It has been shared with all of you, but I will go through it quickly. Is this clicker working or you're changing it from there? Okay, we'll have we do have a few distinguished guests here to give opening remarks. Then I have a small announcement for you guys, a little bit of a surprise. For today, we've been cooking some additional perks and bonuses for you guys. And then we'll have a short panel discussion on supporting Moldovan SMEs in green transition. And after lunch, we will go into the main event, which is you guys pitching your solutions to our jury. A lot of you have asked, what is the order? Can I go first? Can I go last? I will just tell you that we put them all in alphabetical order, so you can kind of figure it out by which letter your organization starts with. Okay, I will be talking a little bit later, a bit more, but before that, I want to invite a few of our distinguished guests to say a few words. So Seher, who is the Deputy Resident Representative from UNDP Moldova, if you could start, yes.
Of course, thank you. Thank you very much, Felix. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Dear startups, dear Ms. Larak, a representative of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Poland, guest partners, I'm really pleased to be here today, just joining this very important event, the Demo Day, that we will just share your passion, your creativity, and your determination. I think it's very important for shaping a greener and also more sustainable future. And I also would like to extend my deepest gratitude to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in Poland for their extensive support in financing the Boost program in Moldova and also in Ukraine. And your support and lessons learned that you will bring to the program is really important. Poland is a leader in the region in applying renewable energy. Of course, it's over 30 gigawatts, of installed wind and solar capacity, as well as giving independence from external gas suppliers and offer valuable inspirations for Moldova, which has experienced similar challenges recently, as you may know. So here in Moldova, the green transition is definitely not an abstract just concept, but it is a daily work, daily business. We are talking every day. It is just linked to both livelihoods, and also it has very much to do with the accession process here. There's a strong commitment and ambition of the Moldovan government in this regard, and there are definitely, some bold steps taken in this journey. And maybe, as you may know, Moldova also has faced a crisis, energy crisis, at the beginning of this year. And it was really important, and also just an alarming just issue for the government and also the households to renew its infrastructure, energy infrastructure, improve energy efficiency in households and businesses. And as UNDP, we have worked hand in hand with the government to improve the livelihoods of the people and through different projects. It is through Energy Vulnerability Reduction Fund, which was also just co-supported by the government of Poland, the introduction of smart meters and also expansion of the renewable energy practices and also other application of other energy efficiency measures. And we believe that innovation is also a key driver for Moldovans' green transition and long-term resilience. And small and medium-sized entrepreneurs, startups, they are essential in building an inclusive, green and sustainable society. And this initiative really just complements what we have been already doing in Moldova to support the green transition, just and green transition in Moldova. That's why, we are really just grateful. Just you accepted Moldova to be part of this initiative. And many thanks also go to my colleagues, friends in UNDP Istanbul Regional Hub to add Moldova to this important event and to make it possible. And above all, thank you our startups, 16 bold entrepreneurs, startups, to become a part of this journey. And again, I would like to just congratulate you for your courage, determination, and also the dynamism that you bring to this agenda. And today, the startups that we will celebrate are addressing critical challenges, again, very much aligned with the priorities of Moldova, ranging from renewable energy to circular economy to sustainable housing and green digital services. After months of mentorship and hard work, you are now ready to scale your solutions. And to support this journey, the 3 top-up projects will be supported with financially to $20,000 funding and investment that will help you to transform your solutions into a market-ready investment. So I'm very also pleased to see women entrepreneurs in this group. It's also very important for us to support the women entrepreneurs because we know that they are also just being affected unproportionately, by the effects of the energy crisis, and also in green transition project, we just value their partnership a lot. So thank you very much again, for being part of it. And I really look forward to see the solutions, what is proposed, and because we really need it. It's a long journey. It's an ambitious journey. But it is not something that is impossible. So we need your innovative ideas, solutions to take it one step further. Thank you very much again for being here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Seher. Everybody is, of course, allowed to also stand on the stage if they want. Next up, I would like to introduce to you Joanna Lalac, who is the Deputy Director for the Department of Development Cooperation at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And I hear that it's your first time in Moldova, so give a big applause to Joanna.
Maybe I will just be... I can also... Yeah, no, that's fine. Thank you so much, and good morning. I'm very happy to be with you and to have this demo day, finally being in place. We have been working with UNDP as Polish Ministry of Foreign Affairs actually since 2021. As I understand, we invested some significant amount of money, in making sure that we can support private sector in development cooperation in our partner countries, and the choice of Ukraine and Moldova for this Boost program is not a coincidence. They are very important countries for us, and supporting you as Moldovan entrepreneurship is very also dear to the activities that we are doing in the foreign ministry. So really congratulations on that, and looking forward to your presentations later today. I just wanted to also thank the UNDP for all the support, all the partnership that we have been having over the years. Here in Moldova, we, as Seher said, we have been very much involved in different activities, in model schools, in energy recovery fund. In Ukraine, it's also on the mine action side. So the comprehensive partnership with UNDP is kind of also a priority for Polish aid, and we want to continue on that front. We also look at the energy efficiency in Moldova. So through the other activities with EBRD, with Council of Europe, we are also engaged on that. So this is the all our track when it comes to supporting Moldovan resilience and great bright future, especially after elections that we know and congratulate you on. We see that if we can contribute to your European path, that's very important for us to shape your prosperous future. I will try not to repeat what Seher just said about the nice features of this program. So let me just mention that we hope that the journey that you already had with the mentorship and acceleration programs was also a great added value for you. That you will not only scale up your projects, but you also connect with each other and develop these partnerships, which is very important for us. We of course hope that we lay foundations for a modern, resilient, strong Moldova, and we are looking forward to hearing you all, and thank you once again for being with us and for putting your projects into this competition. Good luck.
Thank you very much, Seher and Joanna. Okay, so everybody already knows the Boost journey, but let's go through it. Oh yeah, okay, one more time. So actually, I just wanted to show you this because when I kind of put together the presentation, I looked at this and I was like, did we really only start in June? I feel like I've known all of you for at least a year. So that maybe says something about the intensity of the program. We started, as you guys know, with only 4 modules, but we ended up adding 1 more module. So we have impact, we have business model, finance and fundraising, branding and storytelling, as well as anticipatory innovation. And even though in some ways we might see the demo days as the kind of culmination of our acceleration programs, as you can see, we're not at the end. So there is still mentorship ongoing until end of December, and I know Yevgenia is engaging with all of you on a weekly basis, and I really hope that you are taking advantage of all of the excellent mentors that we have from the Polish ecosystem. Some of you might see that there's a plus, and it says more in there, and I'm very happy to say that we really tried to listen to your needs. All of you said that the Polish market and the Polish ecosystem is very important for you, for all of your scaling needs. When we asked what are your mentorship needs, what do you actually want from the mentors that you are meeting now and all the way until end of December, you talked about market entry and scaling. Of course, investment and fundraising was there, but market entry was really the top one ask from you guys. So we do have a very special guest here as well from Venture Cafe Warsaw, Mike, and together with Venture Cafe we have been cooking a little bit of a surprise for you guys. So today when you pitch, 5 of the best pitches evaluated by our jury will get the opportunity to join with us in Warsaw for 3 days from November 5th, from November 3rd to November 5th. We have a detailed program, and of course we will tell a little bit more about this later. Mike, I hope you haven't guys changed too much since last week, because this is the same slide I presented for the Ukrainians. So all in all, we will have 10 organizations, 5 from Moldova, 5 from Ukraine, joining us in Warsaw, in Poland, for a 3-day study visit. The goal is for you guys to meet Polish investors, get to know the ecosystem within Poland. Also, we have some study visits, and on the cherry, on top of the cake, also to join the European Sustainability Congress, which is on a Friday, I think, or Wednesday, whichever is the 5th of November. Too many dates and too many events already in my calendar. So, not to put any pressure on you, but there are a few additional stakes for today's pitches. Okay. Next up, we have a panel discussion, which will be moderated by my dear colleague Yevgen, who you already also know. So Yevgen, maybe you would like to take the stage and introduce our panelists.
Hello everyone. I would like to invite, if you see your name here, please come up. Let's actually use the stage here. So Mikhailo, Mike, Oksana, please just come here, and we'll start together. So yes, hello, hi, I'm Marina. Hi, Oksana, please. So let's have a seat. Okay. I don't know why it says 12 to 13. I think we are not going to take that long. And hello from my side. Again, my name is Yevgen. I work for the innovation team in the regional office of UNDP, and I manage a number of projects, including Boost program together with Ben and colleagues. And today we are talking to you, and we wanted to bring this small ecosystem that we have created within the Boost Green Futures Challenge here on the stage to exchange a bit on the opportunities, practices, and maybe give some advice and the vision on how might this work ahead. And I just also want to mention, we have here our audience for my panel is, our audience are our startups. So it's, I think maybe just an advice for all of us ahead is to try to share things that are going to help them and inspire them in our discussion. And I'll actually improvise, and I'll introduce you how I understand your role in this ecosystem. So we have here Marina. She is the head of the Moldova Technology Park, and our partner here for this program. And your role as one of the ecosystem pillars in Moldova is to support the innovative ecosystems here and help to grow globally and bring also additional opportunities for colleagues here. Then we have Mihailo, who is the lead of the CEE Startup Bridge based in Poland and very much has experience of helping connect two distinct but very connected ecosystems in Ukraine and Poland, but also Poland and Georgia, and now working also with you and try to see how this building programs, projects and pipelines and all of those things to ensure that regionally we contribute to each other. And whenever we talk about Poland going into Polish expertise coming to Moldova or Moldovan startups going to Poland, this is where Mihailo's organization is stepping in. And then we have Mike. Mike is, as I learned, the master networker who puts ahead the unconditional priority to connecting people regardless of the roles, levels, industries, and so on. And he's leading the Venture Cafe Warsaw, who is our partner as well here in this program. And I'm pretty sure Mike is one of the most connected people here in the room, like many of you as well. So, and then we of course have Oksana. Oksana is leading a FinTech hub here and also the Pillar 3 for Horizon Europe here in Moldova. And Oksana is working on advancing financing ecosystem in Moldova and support and working on bringing the agenda on green financing here. So that was an improvisation of how I understand of the role that we are bringing in here. And I wanted to actually invite you now to add a bit more in introducing what you do, but also share, help us answer the question, what are the opportunities that you see for for Moldovan organizations, SMEs and startups that your organization is working on. And maybe if we can start with Marina, please, so if you can add about your technology park and a bit about what's the biggest opportunity right now.
First, for all companies in Moldova, I'm pretty sure they're all already residents of the park. We have a unique fiscal incentive in the CE region. It's a flat tax of 7% on the turnover that covers all salary taxes. So if we talk about a salary that you are paying for a tax specialist, the 50% average throughout Europe, and not only, it's already covered by 7%. And the tax on profits of the company, which is 12% in Moldova, it varies from country to country, it's also covered, as well as smaller taxes such tax on road, tax on immovables, as well as local taxes, making reporting very simple, easy. All IT sector, I think, is in the park. We have 2,500 residents, so you might find some exceptions, but generally the industry is in the park. What we have right now in the pipeline is the creation of a fund under MITP to give additional early stage funding for companies that are investing in their own products and creating their own products. We also have a lot of opportunities along the year, so please follow our channels, all of them. Some of the easier opportunities, you can still do it even right now. Register for us to come with a video team to your company. We take short videos where you showcase what you're doing. We popularize them in international media, local media, but the main focus is to sell the stories to international media. Some of them are taken further, some of them are not. It really depends on the story you have. The cooler you are, the better clients or the more popular clients you get, it's usually easier for us to pitch your story to international press. So this is ongoing throughout the year. And if you follow our pages, you'll see almost every month we have a couple of new profiles of companies. By the way, not focused only on products, it's also various services, but if they are popular. There are 2 other opportunities ongoing right now. It's launched by ODA, the Organization for Entrepreneurship Development. We are just helping out there, being as partners. So you can get a grant up to 25,000 euros from ODA. A batch was just finalized. I think new applications should be opened in 2 to 3 weeks. And it's all IT products, innovative solutions that could get this grant is offered by the state from the state budget. And just make sure to follow their pages. We also share this opportunity once it's up and running. ODA is also having a second mechanism, which is a bit more specific. If you are able to find a VC ready to invest in you with up to 100,000 euros, but the money has to come to Moldova, to the Moldovan entity, then you can get a matching contribution of 100,000 euros from the state through ODA. It's mechanism 2, pillar 2 from this program. So just be aware of this ongoing things. In case you are interested, I'm still here. You can approach me and I can share more details.
Thank you very much. And I think you named the tax incentive, the financial incentive in 2 ways, the promotional incentive that you are offering. And I also really like that your park is the sort of a digital jurisdiction. I think this is a very interesting and innovative model that many can learn from Moldova as well. So I do want to ask Mihaela to share about still the question is an opportunity or maybe an advice from your experience of connecting 2 ecosystems or Moldova, Ukraine, Georgia, Poland. Where is the that leverage point that our audience need to pay most attention to, and what is the opportunity to work together with, please?
That's an excellent question. I want to speak 30 seconds about the background. Yeah, so what we were doing since 2018, not just as one organization, but 2 actually foundations from Poland, we have tried to bridge the gap between Ukraine and Poland. Yeah, so what we did is essentially take Polish investors, take Polish NGOs, take Polish accelerator representatives, get them on the plane, get them to Ukraine, and get them to experience actually the ecosystem. And I think that this approach allowed us to be in the place we are now. So only from ground up can you build those valuable connections, which we actually discussed yesterday with Michał. Yeah, so valuable connections, impersonal connections, they do not have a tangible value, but we see that if they are ignited and followed throughout the years, they can come to fruition in the form of tangible cooperation, tangible exchange of ideas, and tangible exchange of business opportunities between countries. And since 2018, if we are coming back to 2025, we see that the projects we were working with, Ukrainian projects, are now well aware about what to do and how to approach Polish startup ecosystem and business ecosystem, because not only Ukrainian startups are looking for capital, which is also, I think, one of the major roadblocks in Moldova, but actually what we try to persuade them to look for in Poland are the customers, because the customers will bring them, first of all, the investment, because if they have an interest from Polish B2B customer, essentially Polish investors will be more open to considering investing in those startups. And the second point is that they will tailor their product to match the need of the concrete market. And this is the second pillar, what we were working on, and we are still growing in that space. One of the opportunities also we are trying to measure how to open that opportunity to Moldovan ecosystem is our, let's say, package acceleration program, which is focused around exactly 3 pillars. So first of all, market access, go-to-market strategy. Second, sales, and another sales. Yeah, so sales is really important for us, for you to get the first sale in Poland, to get to know how to do it actually. What steps do you need to take to actually make that first sale? And third pillar is the networking. Yeah, so building connections inside the ecosystem. And what this acceleration program is trying to do now and doing successfully for Ukrainian startups, we are now trying to explore the opportunity how Moldovan startups can also use that opportunity. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Oksana, can you please share with us, is there an emergent opportunity in the fintech, in green financing, in the area of work of your organization that our cohort can pay extra attention to?
Yes, thank you. But I will start with the second hat, which is the coordinator of Pillar 3 of European innovation within the Horizon Europe program. So basically in September was opened this Horizon Europe office here in Moldova, meaning in the upcoming years we'll be working on first creating a database of innovative companies and also supporting companies to apply and implement projects and initiatives under the European Institute of Innovation and Technology, as well as within the European Innovation Council. And we speak here about mentoring, training, as well as financing, beginning with 20,000, depending on the technology readiness level, up to 4 million euros. Again, depending on the readiness of the company, readiness to scale up, depending on the innovation, partnerships created, and here's where we should collaborate with our partners and collaborate with our institutes. So within this program, Horizon Europe program, we'll also organize matchmaking activities to connect the ecosystem, and we've been discussing it, that we still have to work on connecting research and development with companies, with scale-ups and companies. So basically this is one direction, one huge direction, is to support innovative companies and startups from Moldova to integrate into European Union innovation ecosystem. On the other hand, if speaking about fintech here in Moldova, we also work with fintech companies and with regulator, the National Bank and the Ministry of Digitalization, Economic Development, which is also very open on approving and promoting digitalization, technology, use of technology in innovation and new companies. And also here, just to mention the direction you've pointed out about greening, we are also tightly working with the EU for Green initiative and are coming with a huge activity next year on green tech and green financing here in Moldova to support and boost, because so far green financing and green tech is quite new, though we have innovative ideas and we have initiatives to support greening, and also we have a national program to support green and circular economy here in Moldova. So we've flip-flopped a lot as a country, and now we are willing to connect and to support further these initiatives.
Thank you very much. Do you want to?
Yeah, just wanted to add, we were discussing with Oksana a new opportunity is upcoming for fintech companies, and we are going to work together on that. There is a program with TechStep Sweden, so a program specifically tailored for fintech companies is upcoming, and the call open for all fintech companies will be published in about 3 to 4 weeks. So just keep the eyes on FinTech Hub and MITP, because it's going to be there, and it's a 1-year program that includes mentorship, that includes study visits to Sweden and potential connections with clients, and not only throughout the whole program.
Thank you very much. So We've heard already here through these 3 exchanges a number of programs of support lined up related to with grant support, maybe working on financing opportunities. Mikhailo mentioned support related to supporting sales into Poland and paying customers from abroad, and that is as one of the important elements for any other VC or other investments coming into your organization. Mike, I turn to you to maybe give us a bit of an insight, and from what I hear, you are connecting the Polish ecosystem with each other. There is a crazy number of people that are attending the events that you are hosting, and what do you sense where the attention of Polish innovative ecosystem is drawing to, and is that also an indication for an opportunity for organizations here?
Yeah. All right. So first of all, I'm super honored to be here. So thank you so much for the invitation. It's my first time in Moldova, so for now it's like I enjoyed a lot. So yeah, that's like a first disclaimer. So thank you so much for that. Just a very quick intro. Venture Cafe is a local ecosystem activator. So like at Venture Cafe, we truly believe that isolation is probably the biggest enemy of innovation. So as Sivailo said, we basically connect innovators together to make things happen, right? So that's that, and we do this through a lot of programs, where the main one is called Thursday Gatherings, and that's the program, the series of events that keep happening every 2 weeks with different main teams. So our network of innovators, that is roughly 12,000 people from different sectors, can meet, can grow, can find new partners, can network obviously, but also receive a knowledge that is pretty expensive if you would like to buy it on the market. So that's that. And well, in terms of what you just asked, I would say that since we are sector agnostic, we really try to support as many initiatives as possible, but we obviously see a lot of trends. Last year was very heavy on AI. This year is also obviously with all the changes going on, but also is a lot of discussion over crypto and like founding and stuff like this. There is a lot of discussion and a lot of particular events connected to green technologies, clean tech. So that's that. And yeah, we are super happy to actually be able to support them and provide everybody who's interested in a given topic the opportunity to learn more, to connect and validate their ideas. And also I need to add that I'm like pretty stressed. So just to let you know that Venture Cafe is also helping with actually fighting the imposter syndrome. And like this, I know it's a bit cheesy that, but one of the big barriers is like this, getting yourself out of your comfort zone. Like every 2 weeks, I host the events that are basically 200, 300, 400 people. But still, whenever I'm on stage like this, I get a bit stressed. So just for the startups here, remember that you need to try to be there and try to move with your biggest fears to push forward. This is also something that Venture Cafe does on a bi-weekly basis.
Thank you very much, Mike, and for sharing that, how you feel now. And also, I think this your experience highlights the importance and this role of activator and sector agnostic. I think this is something that you don't necessarily find everywhere. But yes, I did want to stay, invite us to stay on the topic of the core of the of our program. And our program is about green, sustainable, environmental, clean resilient, and so on. And this is very often a more challenging area to do business in. And hence, all of the development actors, funding that is coming, and our mission as UNDP is to help through such programs like this to bridge certain gap in attention, in exposure, and so on. But you are working regardless of this specific sector. I do want to ask you to give an honest take of where this green, clean, sustainable tech, is this something that is businesses, is this something that is becoming bigger, or is this something that is now being obscured a bit by some other priorities? And I think you have a very good overview of what's happening, and if whoever wants to go first, so. Marina?
Yeah, for sure it's a priority for Moldova since the war started and since Russia cut off the gas to Moldova. For obvious reasons, we had to find other options. 30% of Moldovan energy is now produced locally, which was done in 2 years. We didn't have it at all. It was like it was just 1%, a maximum 2%. There is even a sandbox at the Ministry of Energy. I could not really go into a lot of details now about this sandbox, but the idea is that there are more discussions, there are encouragements for the companies to get more investments into green economy, circular economy. I understand that there is also a vision to see how private sector can be pushed more into investing, meaning other companies, how they can save more money, including through technologies. Agri-tech is a sector that is also trying to reduce a lot of costs. So there are solutions in the industry to, we have also a problem with water during summertime, and the latest technologies through IoT and AI can reduce the consumption for agriculture. Moldova is an agricultural country. The consumption of water with at least 30% just by monitoring and reducing the level of watering throughout the agricultural sector, and sharing of data among landowners, because they all do various scanning, they have IoT devices, they have a lot of data about their lands. If they start to share their information, basically having a common database, it would allow for Moldova to have better predictability in agricultural sector, including what decisions to take, how they can help out each other, and not only. Coming back to the energy sector, Moldova now has a lot of plans in heavily investing in the energy sector, including have better connectivity with Europe through Romania. So what we want to achieve is energetic independence at 100%, both electricity and gas. I don't know if everyone, Moldovans know, but everyone else, I don't know if you know all the details that Transnistria, which is a part of Moldova, used to get free gas from Russia, which was paid by Moldovan citizens as a debt, and they were producing electricity for the whole Moldova on the free gas, again, free gas that was given from Russia. So over the night, we had to figure it out how to get electricity from somewhere else, which was not with the help of Russia. So this is not a priority for Moldova. It's a survival mode, I can say. And we can see more and more priorities. Probably there should be more strategic decisions in this sense to support private sector to get even more involved. And I hope we will see more technical ideas that could help out with various solutions, reducing consumption in industrial sector, and not only.
Please, Oksana, go ahead.
To complete, because along with the energy sector, we are also following three directions. And I'm happy that UNDP here and UNDP Moldova is also supporting that. So basically, since 2019, we are working on supporting SMEs, classical SMEs, to adopt green technology and green processes within their companies. On the other hand, we understood that we still have to work on increasing literacy and understanding of different measures, processes, and technologies that might be used. It's not necessarily costly each time. And in these directions, because FinTech Hub is a part of a network of hubs all over Moldova, technology hubs, we are organizing annually green hackathons and acceleration programs to support, on the one hand, young generation to understand what's it and how they can apply it and come with ideas, because they also have a good observation spirit. They see what's happening around and they come with brilliant ideas. And then the second part is to support those ideas, to support emerging startups to scale, to develop their NDPs. And I also see here entrepreneurs from Moldova which have innovative ideas, which are applicable to Horizon Europe, but we couldn't do that in past because we were not ready in terms of support, in terms of technology readiness level. Still, I hope to, that through this program, we support those companies to understand that what they are doing is really needed and important, because green future and green technologies are very important. We have ideas there that have to be empowered and supported at the very beginning so that they can then scale up and grow. So basically, right now we have, on the one hand, initiative to support SMEs to adopt green technologies, to be more environmentally friendly. On the other hand, it's about creating the new generation and enhancing the knowledge about how it works, not only for the new generation, but for all generation, and then support the innovation and support the new coming ideas.
Thank you for highlighting, and I think you did mention number one, that the greening or more sustainable solutions not necessarily expensive. You mentioned actually that from private sectors such as agriculture, there is an ask for solutions that will reduce costs of their operations and cost of production, and of course there is a whole geopolitical context that is pushing us to understand and be more self-sufficient. And Mike, you wanted to step in and share, but how do you see green? Is this a sexy topic still, huh?
Yeah, like a couple years ago, if we think green, we're talking about sustainability, about green reporting, about carbon footprint of our organizations, and that was like the main thing, I would say, right? And last year, this year, I see that green/clean tech startups are, like, I would say, one of the three main categories. So like nowadays it's like a green tech silos, med tech silos, and maybe deep tech or dual use depending on the situation. So like green technologies and the green startups grew to this group, and we observe more and more startups also like applying for various contests, prizes and stuff like this. So that's great to see, but just to give you an example what I mean, because it's not only about, let's say, energy in Poland, but there's a lot of startups that are like very into waste management. So like recently, just to give you a couple of examples, I saw like a lovely presentation by a startup who uses mixture of fungi to actually eat the textiles. So then, because the textile waste is a big topic right now in Poland, so that's amazing to see. On our innovation campus in CIC Warsaw, we also have a startup that actually uses the. How many of you had a coffee today? quite a lot, right? We probably have a couple of coffees every day, right? Did you ever, like, I don't know, think about what do you do with all the waste of the beans? You usually like just put them in the trash, right? And the startup I'm thinking about, they call it Eco Beans. They actually take the beans, the used ones from all the offices and so on and so forth, and they actually use them to create multiple substances, cosmetics, stuff like this. So those kinds of startups are like truly amazing for me because they take something that we usually didn't care about and they change it. So definitely we see more and more those kinds of ideas, which is amazing.
So let's ask to collect the coffee from here and not to waste it. There are actually, having worked a bit in this area, there are actually more than 100 of solutions of what you could do with coffee waste. And just to say that there are also the plastic substitutes from even coffee grinds being produced. So yes, this is definitely a very interesting area for Mikhailo.
Just while this information we have received now is fresh, I encourage you to think about green, not in terms of the classical model of renewable energy, but how the startup idea you are developing can lead to positive outcomes in terms of different usages. Yeah, so we see prime examples. Those examples mentioned are not necessarily within the scope of heavy-duty investments. Mainly sustainable and green technologies, as we call them, are about making the least environmental impact from our day-to-day activities. Yeah, so this is a key thought I think that is important here on this topic. So not only providing this infrastructure, so energy generation in terms of green energy, or distribution networks, but also everyday activities create waste, create some environmental impact, and if your startup wants to be a part of this green transition, you just need to figure out how can you minimize this impact of the material usage or the resources usage. Yeah.
And maybe you could address also a question. Do you see interest in, and from your experience of connecting different geographical ecosystems, do you see interest in collaboration specifically in this area, in this space? How would you assess it?
Definitely, but in more mature, I'm afraid, ecosystems, because let's be frank, it all comes down to economics 101. Revenue minus cost equals profit. If it's not profitable in the short term in our economies, which are not cash rich, which are not liquidity rich, Poland is richer than Eastern Europe in general. But if we're comparing, for example, Germany and French economy, we do not have that access to capital, to liquidity. So we also think in terms of business model short to mid-term. And that is why the interest in sustainable mechanics, which is often a laboratory work, developing the technology, developing the implementation of the technology, securing the process in terms of being compliant with regulations, with standards, requires many months of work, which comes with extended cost without any profit at the end of year 4 or 5. And those business models are not sustainable due to the lack of liquidity we have. Poland tries to bridge that gap by allowing a Polish Fund of Funds, PFR, to build a dedicated program for fund of funds. So they co-invest with private investor into the funds who invest in green technology, R&D-based technologies. And they're trying to bridge this gap in profit margin to reduce that, let's say, profit requirement from the private investor by leveraging public funds available. But this is one of the pilot programs. I think last year it was announced. So this is something new. And for Moldova, I believe that this is also one of the next steps. And we invite you to Poland to see how it works. because it will be like testing on the live organism. So you will see either it will be successful or it will fail. But for example, our partner in CE Startup Bridge Foundation, Simpact Ventures, which is Polish-based venture fund, their whole investment strategy is centered around sustainable technologies. And each of their investments, they look at it through this impact framework they have developed with colleagues from Germany, colleagues from Belgium, from the Netherlands, this Impact Europe network. Yeah, so there is interest, there are mechanisms, but the further we go from the Western Europe cash-rich countries with access to liquidity, the less those models are overall achievable at this stage of venture capital market development.
Just to mention here, because indeed we did that. We looked at Poland, and last week the Ministry of Economy approved the fund of funds on the same mechanism with support of Poland. Yeah.
That's why visit, look at what works and what probably will work, and try to not mimic but tailor the ideas to the Moldovan market, which is the goal of our colleagues here. Yeah.
And just to add, not only the Polish Development Fund went with this new program designed for green tech startups that recently has been launched. Like last year they launched it for AI startups, and this year for green startups, but also major banks in Poland, including PKO Bank Polski, also had like a dedicated program / accelerator for green tech startups and like mentoring and so on. So it not only goes through Polish Development Fund, but also like for private banks as well, and the National Bank as well. So there's like a multiple paths of supporting green startups, and the local governments like voivodeships like Mazowsze, for instance, they also provide like a special categories and contests and programs for green startups, including like picking the best startup in, for instance, social impact or like sustainability technology. So there's multiple paths of support.
Thank you, Mike, please.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention, compared to Poland, Moldova is still, probably this is one of the only programs that is focused on green economy, specific for the tech industry. There are a lot of programs, but directly for industry, for other sectors of the economy. So I wouldn't say Moldova had a focus on developing green technologies overall, specifically funding for that. Beyond that, you mentioned quite well, we are very different from all the other countries. We have to be different because we're a very small market. We don't have any VCs officially registered in Moldova. We have, beyond having a small market, it's just specific how we work. Every time we go into Europe, it's an export of services. It's not the digital single market. If we go to the east, it's also export, so it's a landlocked country. So when it comes to a lot of, one of my wishes would be to have more programs to support companies that actually are focusing on sustainable products, on green, overall green tech in Moldova, and I think it's not enough. We need to do more to have it there. So like the opportunities I mentioned related to energy is more related to the situation and the geopolitics that we currently have. Otherwise, probably that wouldn't be on the table. Yes, we did have a huge increase in prices for energy, both of them. And some companies had to think how to cut costs and had to find some technological solutions because it was fast, it was easy, not mandatorily from Moldovan market because Moldovans were not focusing that much on green economy. So once again, chapeau to all the startups from Moldova that are participating in this program because we are a small country, and if you guys are focusing on green economies, that means you did it because of your own convincements or because you already found some problems on the market without any funding or like a funnel to spark the idea from outside. It was just their own way of thinking about the future of the planet. So.
And thank you very much for turning actually the attention to the audience. I do want to see if we have any question, remark to anyone here on the stage that you'd like to ask. You've heard opportunities that are upcoming for grant type of support, opportunities on investment matching, I think, which is a very interesting and requires actually kudos to you for having like strong partners who are able to put trust in your organization in other between these partners in order to co-invest in it. But if anyone, yes, can we have a, yes, sorry, thank you.
Thank you very much for a very interesting panel discussion. My question is, Michael mentioned a very interesting startup that reuses coffee beans. Maybe each of you can think and suggest an idea of a startup, the most unusual startup that you heard within the, green economy.
Oh, great question. The most unusual and innovative idea you saw, heard?
I will highlight a Moldovan startup that is reusing plastic they basically collect plastic from Moldova and they make chairs, they make small furniture, jewelries. I have a couple of sets from them, so like earrings and so on. They are very pretty, very, very nice. Yeah, hi guys. So this is a very cool Moldovan startups. I know some ideas globally, but I always highlight Moldovans, sorry.
Yeah, one of the solutions, actually, Ukrainian startup, which provides you with an in-house setting with live worms to decompose organic trash. So it's essentially a way to reduce the organic waste, which is, in Ukraine, it's a big problem because they have not yet developed this system of multiple trash bins with organic segregated properly. And this was a solution which tackled that problem. I actually bought the installation for my house, and it works without actually the smell, because the largest problem with such type of solution is the smell, which is a result of this process of decomposition. But the worms in the soil which they provided, somehow, this is their know-how, somehow they also absorb that smell within the soil, which is... Yes, but not inside the worm, but inside the soil. And if you change it each 5 days, like once in 5 days, you don't have this smell problem at all. And definitely this is a solution which worked. But I believe that in 2 years' time, they have failed to figure out the business model, actual business model, because the installation for one person, like they have calculated how much waste one person generates, etc., etc. The cost of the solution for one person was like 400 euros investment of upfront, plus the cyclical soil replacement with worms, and unfortunately it was not viable in the long term in terms of purchasing capability of the market they were in. Yeah. So, but this is a fine example.
Oh, it's very interesting. I was going to ask, what do you do with excess worms? They breed, they eat, and stuff.
No. They change the soil.
Okay,
they utilize the whole soil with the worms inside within their business model.
Mike?
Yeah, I think I already spilled the beans a bit before, but probably in the last like half a year, the most impressive and like innovative from my perspective was that startup that created those weird and like expensive but mixture of fungi and like being able to actually dispose of the textiles that are no longer feasible to reuse. That was something that that was like a bit of mind-blowing. So that's that, but like on a completely different level, maybe more connected to agriculture. I think like 2 years ago, for the first time I heard about like a startup that actually have like a movable hives of bees. So that was also something like not obvious, but still having the like a little army of workers that are able to help you grow your wheat is amazing. And the third one, for now I forgot, so I'll just pass them.
I was thinking about some ideas. For instance, the entrepreneur here that elaborated an innovative solution for energy, producing energy and energy efficiency. Alexandra is here. Then we also have a solution in heating spaces, industrial spaces, and it's about innovation that was patented internationally. And also there is a producer which is making disposable cups and plates from grains and leaves, which is also eco-friendly because we're using a lot of disposable things which are which are containing plastic usually. And well, there are other ideas as well. I'll stop to these three because, well, another one, yeah. Also patented by a local entrepreneur is collecting water from air and using it in household, potentially use it in households because Moldova is having huge water problems. And other ideas also.
And I'm sure we'll see more inspiring ideas today. Are there any more questions? Can we, a reflection?
Additional contribution maybe I can make. I really would like to acknowledge what happened in the energy transition sector. It's really remarkable. You also mentioned right now the 30% is renewable, so it's really an important advancement in the country. And I'm really happy that we also mentioned about sandbox. Energy sandbox, which really feel proud to be part of. So also I think that first regulatory experience and right now we start to just get some interpretation, test some regulatory models. So it will just give some exemptions, regulatory exemptions. This is a regulatory framework, just for you to know, colleagues, and that will just provide some regulatory exemptions for the entrepreneurs, innovators, and SMEs to test their models in real time. Implement it in real time. They will test it. They will see whether it works, whether it doesn't work, and while doing so, they will also be provided certain exemptions. So this is a very innovative practice. And it has recently started to be implemented here. And as UNDP, we right now we have an open call for expression. So this is just like an announcement as well. So through sandbox mechanism, we will just support for entrepreneurs, and that will just provide some innovative ideas. So this is also an announcement for you. And another announcement, we are also right now together with EU running a big-scale green transition program. And very soon we will also launch some support programs, financial and non-financial support programs for the entrepreneurs, for SMEs, and also for big industries to test certain models, innovative models in the field, ranging from green transition, circular economy, waste management. So it is really, Moldova is really moving ahead with bold steps in this field. But there are also some challenges, as you mentioned. The market is so small, So we also need to be very realistic about what we can do, what we cannot do here. But I was telling to my colleague, I think in terms of being innovative, there is Moldova is really innovative because while just try to just respond to the crisis mode, I think, Moldova is really good to explore certain opportunities, to advance in certain areas. And this type of interventions, especially supporting youth entrepreneurs, will be also very important to retail the human capital in the country. So I think that, I really value this type of initiatives, and thank you very much again, keeping us a part of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Seher.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention, really, UNDP, I think it's the biggest partner when it comes to green economy, at least in Moldova. I'm pretty sure in other countries there are other stakeholders, but for Moldova, this is a highlight. We have also a startup, but I'm not sure they figured out the business model in textiles. But what they do, they try to collect textiles from everywhere and create furniture from it. So basically they cover it. It's actually a company that is producing clothes. They have a lot of waste already and they were trying to figure out what to do with their waste. I'm not sure they found the business model, how to collect and like the tech part of it, but hopefully they will. And I just remembered there is another opportunity for you guys. EBRD has a program that will also be focused on getting consulting support and consulting support that you would need to cover only 10%, 90% to be covered by the project. But it's on anything you'd be interested in. We understand sales and marketing or test of market intelligence about other markets where you intend to export to or to have any outside of Moldova interactions would be something useful. So if you are interested in that, also just heads up, if you need more details, approach me. And wanted to emphasize one more time, for Moldova, energy sector is definitely a priority now. So I think even though it's not a huge focus on green and circular economy, when it comes to energy, because we have so many issues on the market, there is definitely a lot of things in the pipeline. And I know you are working on some programs, and I know that the Ministry of Energy has more things over there. I'm not sure they are specifically focused on startups, but I think there will be opportunities for companies in this sector.
Thank you very much. I actually want to give a floor to Mike in a second, but I think we are going into the concluding of our brief exchange, and I want to give a hit, ask you to give a hit into the vision for what if we meet in the same panel in 5 years. What's the vision? What are we going to talk about? And try to, in the 30 seconds, give us an inspiration. In 2030, we are going to sit here. There are going to be these startups with whom we're working, and they are going to be advancing, going ahead. What are we going to talk about? What's the wish? What's the vision? But Mike, it's not now. You can make your remark and prepare a bit. So I just wanted to give others to start thinking about this. Yeah, Mike.
Perfect. So, fortunately, I have an answer for your question already. So that's. I can go first, but before that, the first startup I managed to remind myself, and it's like maybe a bit of inspirations for you guys founders. Sometimes one problem that is completely like very important, as in Poland, for instance, water economy and water supply and the droughts, can lead to a product that is not obvious and not connected very straight to this particular problem. And what I have in mind is we have a startup in Poland which noticed that swamps actually help with water retention, and they noticed that the swamps are super fertile, but for stuff like, for instance, reed, so like this tall grass, and you can actually later on harvest this reed and make like a building materials out of it, so you can use it later for creating like, I don't know, homes or like those decorations in the cars, like a lot of stuff and furniture and so on. So sometimes the one problem can lead to the completely different product, and connect those two worlds. So not only think about like what product I can create for this problem, but try to check all the problems that are there, and maybe at some point there's a interesting result out of it. And back to your question, I'm afraid that we will be talking about prices of energy and how to lower them with the computing power and our needs, like in general, connected obviously to the development of AI and the amount of servers and new data centers being built And like nowadays, a lot of startups will think probably on how I can have like my little own nuclear plant in order to feed the energy needs my startup has. And like for now, it sounds probably like more like a science fiction, but we already know that a couple of startups in US is already facing this this problem, and also they're finding solutions, as in this nuclear plant as a one of those, right? So probably data centers, energy, and then third thing, cooling, because they also require a lot of cooling. So probably I would say that maybe that will be the thing that will be the main topic. So energy and heat.
Thank you very much, Mike. Oksana?
I'd love to see the enterprises who are entrepreneurs who are participating here today, staying on the stage, telling us about their journey, having embedded the research and development units, and supporting newcomers, like from the stage, like we are doing now, supporting the newcomers into the industry. This is how I want things to develop.
Thank you very much. You can have two.
Yeah, I think for me, what I would like to see in 5 years here are teams which invite their partners from Poland, from other European countries, and show us how they have managed to build the relationship between themselves as teams, first and foremost. The second, what lessons they have learned from doing business together for the past 2 to 3 years, and what business models backed by the strength of regional economies have emerged that allow the whole ecosystem in our region to prosper. And that those teams will be sitting here on this panel, mentoring us how the governmental institutions, how the technological parks should further support them in building up on that success. That is my vision for the next 5 years.
So it's the second time we should not be on this stage next time.
Yeah, for sure. I think this would be a good thing to see in 5 years from now. I think being super realistic, I think we should see more tech companies connected in 5 years. I mean, tech companies connected with other industries. Because this is, so when we talk about successful businesses, we talk about win-win for both sides, tech company and whatever company we can think of. Let's take a company from agricultural sector. That company would save money, save the planet, reduce costs, but at the same time reduce the water consumption, reduce the energy consumption, or vice versa, increase the local producement of energy in such a way that we basically reduce the impact on our planet. And I really believe that what will bring money into the businesses will actually make impactful support, at least for the economy. I wouldn't want it to be the only thing to drive the business owners, but it's definitely what keeps them alive. So I want to see more connections between various industry and the spillover effect from tech industry to other industries. I can still see, at least in Moldova, business owners that understand better how easy it is to buy a tractor and don't understand how cooperating with a tech company can reduce so many costs for them. Or you can still see a lot of I don't know, homeowners investing in a huge house, which is very nice, but not thinking about reducing energy consumption and costs and the overall impact on the atmosphere and so on. So more business cases, more profits from driven also by sustainable changes, and green economy would definitely be a win in 5 years.
Thank you very much. Of course. I have more. Okay.
Yeah, hello, my name is Zachary. We recycle agricultural straw into construction material. My question is about the scaling. So for the IT startups with the digital product, it's a little bit easier to scale. But what about the companies that produce something? So what do you think are good ways, good methods to scale up of a hardware company with the physical product? Thank you.
You guys need financing for equipment.
Yeah, probably like dedicated grants for sure, because the barriers of entering the market of physical product are like much bigger than with the software. That's probably the obvious thing. Yeah.
Are there opportunities among what you mentioned in grants and so on? There are co-investment, matching that you mentioned upcoming. Is this something they can rely on? Maybe.
If you're talking about Moldova, I think we have a representative who can tell us more on that. In Poland, definitely yes. There are also grant opportunities, R&D grants, but also this public-private venture funds available. But I encourage you to look beyond the financing, more on the side of optimization of the actual process of development of that hardware solution. Because scaling is a problem you will have in 1 year if you develop the actual hardware product in an efficient way with the least amount of components consumption and wasted components and wasted materials to test that it does not work or it does not fulfill the functions you envision it to fulfill. Because the worst part of developing such a solution would be if you scale and the final customer tells you that it does not work in my business case, and it was a single business case you envisaged. So scaling is another point, and capital is important, but optimization of the early R&D process and taking the actual product in the hands of the final customer to test if it actually fulfills the function you envisage it to fulfill.
Marina? So the 100K from a VC, if you convince a VC, you can definitely get those money. If they invest in your company here, irrespective, by the way, it can be any VC from Europe. They are fully approved as long as they invest at least 100K in Moldova. The rest of the amount can be in Poland or in any other country. This is one opportunity. The one that I mentioned about EBRD, so consulting, maybe you need some consulting for the expert if you are producing the hardware here, specifically taking it into the single market, and if there are any certifications needed in this case, because I'm not sure specifically in your case if any EU regulations are impacting the business. But beyond the money, probably there might be some other grants offered by ODA that you guys could qualify. But another thing that pops up to me is finding partners. If we talk about European market or US market or Asian market, construction companies interested in your project that could be your sales partner in your partners overall. I know that we as Moldovans sometimes are very reluctant to have other players into our businesses, but sometimes this is the key to actually become successful. Yeah.
And just to follow up on more thing that came across my mind, in Poland with those, like, let's say hardcore hardware or like physical products, it's always like additional way, let's say, when it's connected to the university or to like with a very serious science background, that probably there can be grants for science. And then we have those bodies called Center of Technology Transfer. And so for one thing, you develop your product, and with having like a experienced team and maybe some sciences on it, it's much easier to actually find the funding later on, because both VCs and private equity consider it like, okay, so we have like a very strong science background here, and maybe there are those guys, this team is not so great in like selling stuff and like doing this, but like the good salesman or like the sales team could be hired, and if you have like a strong focus on the technology with science background, it really helps.
If I can just add here, I'd say three things to do is cooperate, rather in direct cooperation, integrating it into a value chain, or create clusters on specific topics so that it takes a part of the burden from your shoulders. It's internal process improvement and capacitating you as an entrepreneur and your workers, employees, because we also have to understand how to use the technology and really feel it. And financing is still in place, sorry, but there are funds here and there, depending on the scale of your idea and your needs. And this is very helpful for starting, for developing, and I clearly understand that there are also huge ideas which need huge investments in equipment because it's innovative. Like you've mentioned construction, yes, we work now with an innovative company here which has a horizontal construction equipment, and just to build it, they need space and they need investment into equipment. This is patented again internationally. It automizes the construction of buildings of up to 2.5 kilometers. So basically, for this type of huge innovations, or to make it cost efficient, you need huge investments at a starting point. So it again depends on the scale of the idea, and it depends on what you're doing, but use the support you're having right now from UNDP, from FACEM funds, from programs offered by ODA or the National Center for Durable Energy, or from other vendors, other partners in place, because it's a huge support on the one hand technical, because you understand the model, the business model, you understand how to work, whom to work with, how to pick an external market, because this is also important, whom to work there, yes, with, and then they still have the financing part component, which is of a great help at any point of business development.
Thank you very much for this exchange. We have one question, and let's wrap it up.
More of a comment to the question of what we are going to discuss in 5 years. I think this is a very interesting question because our current SDGs are expiring in 2030. So I think for some specific SDGs, we're not going to reach them, unfortunately, by 2030 because of COVID, because of the wars, different conflicts and crises. Like, I'm sure we're not going to reach the SDG 17 for partnerships because I think people are dividing, or countries are dividing now more than before. Zero poverty probably will be harder to reach. However, I believe that in some fields, due to AI or other progresses, we'll reach even more than planned. For example, I think in education, we can actually do now more. In health, I think we'll find maybe cure for many diseases that we were not able to find until now. So I personally look with optimism in the future. And I think in 5 years, we'll talk about things that we have done and we couldn't even foresee doing before. Thank you.
Thank you very much for this positive note. And with this, I would like to sum up that we've heard here a bit of an experience, a bit of inspiration, lots of opportunities. Colleagues here are now joining us for a break, and please approach them, ask, clarify, and so on. And I'm putting you all on spot to connect around all of our participants and use this opportunity to get a next opportunity lined up for you. Thank you very much. And with this, that's it. Over to Ben for what's next.
Yeah, thank you very much. Fantastic discussion, and I have to say I'm very happy that it did turn into a real discussion, not just a lecture. So of course, if you have any questions during the break to our panelists, feel free to engage with them. To our panelists, thank you very much for the shout outs to our participants. Clearly there is already all kinds of connections within the ecosystem. And I also wanted to say one thing. I think it's very important that in the discussion we also highlighted the importance of real-world applications, hardware, not just the digital side, because quite often in these kinds of panel discussions, it's always about digital and tech, and we all know that to reach a sustainable future, we need to have a combination of these both elements. One note before we go on to our coffee break, we are a little bit ahead of schedule. That is good because usually we need a little bit extra time for questions when it comes for pitching. But when I was scrolling through my email during the panel discussion, which I should have not done because it was so interesting, some of you have sent a recent version of your pitch deck to my email. If you did that, please go and put the pitch deck into the Google Drive, because it will be shared not by me, but it will be shared by our dear tech team here. So if you sent it to me, it means that they don't have the recent version, okay? So just a note, we will have a little bit of a break. Come and tell me if you did it and if you sent it to the Google Drive, and we will notify our tech team here so that we make sure that in your pitches you don't have these kind of typos that apparently we forgot in ours. So, okay, without further ado, we do have a coffee break. We are a little bit ahead of schedule, so let's take half an hour and our coffee break 11:15, and then Haidana, our colleague, will take the floor, and you are taking the floor, but Haidana will run you through the rules for the pitching so that it is clear for everybody. Could I ask for one more applause, a round of applause to our fantastic panel, and thank you. All the teams here, somebody still upstairs? Let's get... If I can invite you as well from the back, come into the audience, yes. Yes, sure. It's a bit of a higher one. Last minute arrangements. Okay, can we have everybody from the... Yeah, okay. All right, fantastic. The moment is drawing close. Okay, before I give the microphone to Haidana, I think everybody already knows this. We've gone through this multiple times during our sessions, last time during our additional session on Monday as well. But just so that it is kind of crystal clear for everybody, so as you know, the pitching will be 30% of the points for the innovation challenge. The other 70% will be for the project book that you've all submitted through Quantum. As you know, we also did extend the deadline a little bit, so we will still have to review your project books and combine it with the scoring from our jury. So unfortunately, we can't announce the winners today, but the same, of course, goes for the participants in Ukraine. We will review them all together, but as we have said, you are not competing with the Ukrainian participants. So we do have 3 innovation prizes for both countries. Was there something else that I was supposed to? For now, yeah. Okay, so I will give the mic to Haidana, whom you all know already. And Haidana will give you a kind of quick recap of the rules for today.
Thanks, Ben. First of all, congratulations to all of you. No scary stage. First of all, congratulations for everybody. You already achieved so much. I know you are a little bit nervous. That's fine. Don't worry. While I'm speaking, can you prepare timer?
Yes.
So, okay. So, as you know, we already tell you the instructions. So you will have 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So Ben will be in front of you. He will be with the timer. So don't go over because we will stop you and we will inform you that you are done. Then we will have 3 minutes of questions from our jury, which you met Marina, Mike, Mihailo, but we also have Julia from UNDP Moldova joining. So 4 jury members who will ask you questions. 3 minute questions, so free feel to answer maybe what you miss during the pitch. Good luck, don't worry, be brave and really, really good luck. They will score during the pitching, but I know that you want to see the list. So we will have a first group with 8 companies. So best of you prepare a little bit. Then we will have a lunch, and then we will have a second group with these 7 companies. So just you to know who is going to be. We will not change the order, just you to know, so we can start. Are we ready with the first presentation that you can open? Best of you. And I will invite Sergey. Let's give a big applause for Sergey.
You need the clicker?
Yes, I will give you
I don't need the mic, if you don't mind. I will talk louder.
Okay, so let's see with Ben.
Okay.
And let's see with you. Okay. You can start.
Okay. Every year, restaurants print over 900 million menus. That means almost 400,000 trees destroyed, over 27,000 tons of plastic dumped into our landfills, rivers, and oceans, and almost 700,000 CO2 emissions released in the air, heating our atmosphere every single year. And all this for menus which survive only several months before getting thrown away. So we at Otto decided to solve it by building a SaaS platform where a guest can scan the QR code and immediately get access to a smart menu in their own language, with AI-identified allergens, with calculated calories, with the seamless service of calling the waiter, asking for the bill, and even paying the tips, and with an inclusive design which allows deaf and hard-of-hearing people to order independently. And all of this is possible due to our business model, which is elegantly simple yet affordable for everyone, because Otto was built for global expansion. Speaking about the global market, it's huge. It's billions of euros. However, when we zoom in only at restaurants which are ready for digital transformation, the amount is less than half. By capturing only 5% of this market, this will already make us millionaires. But don't get me wrong, we're not just dreaming about it, we're actually proving that it works. Otto was launched in November 24, and in less than a year, our paying customers are already generating us over 144,000 menu views per month, with a growing community of over 13,000 diners who are now expecting a digital-first experience. So if the market is so responsive, you might be wondering, are there others? Yes, there are other players in the market. However, they offer only fragments of what we are offering. And Otto is the only solution which is being built 100% on renewable energy. However, it doesn't take just energy to build such a comprehensive solution. It takes the right people. And here we have a great combination of Corneliu and Petru, who are Michelin star sommelier and chef. We got Andrian with over 17 years of experience in full stack development, and Yulia and myself with proven experience in marketing and sales. In other words, we understand restaurants, we understand guests, and we're building a solution that works for both while protecting the planet. Because I would like to remind you that every year we print over 900 million menus. Every year, we cut down trees and flood our oceans with plastic. But it doesn't have to be this way. With Otto, we stop the waste before it starts. A small change for a restaurant, a big change for the planet. Thank you. And my partner will also put on your tables the QR code, which you can scan or tap if you have NFC on. So you can take a look how it looks, and you can even make your orders or call the waiter. And I'm open for your questions.
Thank you for the presentation. It was very full of content. Can you go back to the slide with the team and expand more on your experience, previous experience of running the businesses or participating in other startups?
Yes, so we're running this as a lean startup, so we're doing in parallel with a job. So I am a VP of sales in a big IT company, which does business international worldwide. We have clients from Alaska, literally, to New Zealand, and the majority of the clients were brought by me, so I was in the beginning of this startup. And Andrian also has a big team that he's leading, I think over 40 IT specialists, so we can truly grow the team when needed. Right now, we are the people moving this forward, the whole startup, and basically doing it in our free time, let's put it this way. Nevertheless, we're already able to bring very big clients. I mean, to give you just some feedback, maybe you don't know these names, but there are small family restaurants, there are a chain of restaurants, and there is a big, quite well-known hotel here, which proves that our solution can fit in any type of HoReCa business.
Aside of those key people you have mentioned, how many people are working actually on the solution from the R&D perspective and to implementation and customer service?
So we do have a couple of freelance IT specialists that work. So Yulia is just the design, UI/UX, and marketing, and we have 2 advisors. That's it. That's the whole team.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
You mentioned that your solution is the only one green powered. So I would like to know what's behind those big words.
Yes. So because it's 2 of us, so we have 2 places where we're developing all this, and both of the places are powered by solar energy, by solar panels. That's one thing. So we don't use actually electricity. Well, we're not off-grid, we're on-grid. Nevertheless, we're returning everything, so everything is under that. And also, all the meetings that we're having, we're using actually electric cars so that we don't pollute the air. So that means that we're also green in that context.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Is there anything else you need beyond funding? Because I understand you are trying to get some funding. And what is it for, as well as what else do you need?
Yeah. So of course the connections would be something that would help us a lot. That's why we're looking forward for a discussion to see how we can enter the Polish market, because of course the next markets would be Romania, Poland, and Ukraine for us. So any advice, any connections would really help us understand the market better.
And if you take the money, what do you want to use them for?
Marketing, especially marketing. Development as well, because the nice thing is that we're developing our solution based on our clients' feedback loop. But I think the nicest thing is that we kind of can get in the brain of our clients, because many features that we're developing, and then clients are contacting us and say, hey, we would like this to be in the platform. It's like, well, we're actually developing it. And we always get the wow effect, because we seem to understand with the help of our advisors quite well what the problems are. And so we're ahead of the fact that clients are asking us, but we're already developing it for them. Next one.
No more questions. No more questions, it seems. Yeah.
So bravo, best of you. We are continuing with BioPack trading.
Hello. This is my blog in Chisinau Botanica sector. Unfortunately, this is a reality of all apartment buildings in our city. Food scraps are mixed with everything else. More than half of our waste is organic, but there is no separate collection. It ends up in landfills. I also used to be part of the problem until I found a solution. I discovered the Slovenian company Skaza and their innovative bokashi composting kits. So I entered into an exclusive partnership and brought this solution to Moldova, sharing it with our community. Now, together with, I am Ana Bradu, the founder of Biopack Trading, and now together with my son, Dan, we are ready for our next objective, the Urban Bokashi Block. It is a composting system designed for urban residential buildings. We already have partners, local partners, but in order to make it happen, we are looking for external partners in Poland and also in other European countries. The problem of organic waste, it is a big one in Moldova, and we have the solution which is ready to be implemented and piloted here in Moldova.
Our system is simple, yet it's effective. Families in the pilot block will be provided bokashi kits to compost at home. After they fill the buckets, they will drop it to a shared drop-off point where local farmers will come and collect it and then turn it into compost. This is already unique, but we're not stopping there. We will also equip the bins with sensors for tracking and also create an AI-empowered app to optimize the process. We will track the quality of the compost that will come out of it. We'll track the amount of CO2 emissions that is avoided, and also the kilograms of organic waste diverted from the municipality. What we expect from this project, from this pilot program, is a functional urban composting system. We expect a high adoption rate in the pilot block, over 1 ton of CO2 emission avoided, and of course, increased community awareness. Our business model, our main customer is the municipality, because for them, this is the biggest problem. Then after the pilot, we will expand to cover other types of customers as well. From one block, we will then continue to a neighborhood and eventually to a community-wide culture. We know the problem, we have the solution, we need the funding and your support to make it happen.
Thank you for the presentation. Let's dig deeper into business model. Yeah, that's actually what one of the similar startups I mentioned today was lacking. What is your business model outside of grant financing? Yeah, so how can you be financially sustainable? What models do you see for you?
Our main customer should be municipality in our opinion, and we know that organic waste is a burden for municipalities. They have a lot of cost to manipulating the waste, and it is a big environmental problem. So we are counting on partnership with municipality. We have a precedent here in Moldova because municipality pay to another company to recycle plastic and recycle paper, glass. So it should be a viable model, and it is one of our main targets. Because at this moment we can't put this burden to make subscription on population. People are not used to compost here in Moldova, and we know promote this
Given that we are trying to make a pilot program, it would be unfair from us to give you numbers because we don't have the data yet. So that's the goal of this project, is to collect data to understand how this project works, and afterwards we will refine our business model in order to incorporate it into Horeca businesses, homeowners associations, and agricultural companies in general.
An honest opinion, this is risky, yeah, what you are doing, but how you are communicating it and with the honesty you are talking about business model now that you don't have the numbers in front of you, makes it easier for you to test another business model when the first one or the second one will not be sustainable. So thank you for the presentation. This solution is excellent in terms of targeting the real problem you have, because this is the problem Ukrainian cities also have. And I wish that you succeed here, yeah, because you have smaller scale to tackle. Yeah, Moldova is significantly smaller than Ukraine, so you have higher chance to penetrate this market. Yeah, and you have literally smaller logistics distances to then somehow enable those containers to get moved to the actual customer, to the farmers. Yeah, thank you.
You mentioned that you're looking for extra financing and for investment. So what would be the purpose of it? What do you need to money for? What you want to focus in the first stage?
A part of the price. Sorry. Yeah.
How you will use the money for if
Uh,
you get them.
Okay. The money. We first of all we will buy hardware and sensors and beans to give them to. We will pilot in one block in Chisinau, 50 apartments. So we will give every household a composting kit. And we will have this hardware, and a part of our money will go to software development and this high-tech solution. And also we have a part of budget should go to promotion and to raise awareness of people.
We don't
Training
have time.
and yeah.
Sorry, we don't have time anyway, so no questions. Bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo, applause. Just a reminder, we have 3 minutes of the questions. Yes, so just be concrete with answers also. And next is BSW Tech. Yeah, Anna is presentation. Okay, Anna, here is a mic. And while you are answering questions to jury, also use mic. Don't be without mic. Yeah, and there is okay.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I understand you. This stage really adds some height. So you must be probably wondering what is this, or maybe you are not. But for most of us, these are just some schemes and stuffs. But what actually it is this. Where should I? This is the ThermoSmart from BSV Tech. I am Anna Stamati, and I am honored actually to represent this team that is working for developing the ThermoSmart, which is a thermostat that all of us, we have it in the house. But the difference is that for the Republic of Moldova, this would be the first one which is made here. It's designed locally and it is developed here. Yeah, for us, it will be that. So this is a small explanation or a translation for the first slide that we saw. Here we have what you see here, it is there. So we have the control box, we have the ThermoSmart controller, and we have the interface of the application. So what the team does, it is to create actually the soft for the device, to create the soft for the phone that we are using, and to create the electronic parts for making all this work, because these electronic things, they need a brain in order to offer us the device that we have. So that's what we want to be your companion, this ThermoSmart. As I said, the device that you see, it's a thermostat. It's a thermostat which has a main controller. You attach it to the gas boiler, and you have a mobile application, all developed by the team that you will see in the end of this presentation. That's how the interface looks of the application. It is a very friendly one, and it is already functional for the smartphones, for the Android system. And what we actually stand for, it is for translating the experience of the team into improving the day-to-day life of the people, because the team actually is working a lot in automotive, in things to which we are looking like being big, but we need a good knowledge for improving the day-by-day life. Also, we want to offer a local alternative to our customers. So yes, we want our people from here to know that they can buy a product made in Moldova. We want to know that our business that is developing something, they can have a product made in Moldova, and they can call anytime the team that made this in order to help them to use it. And of course, we want to create a high-value product labeled made in Moldova, here for the region, and scaling up internationally. This is the team that is staying behind the thermostat. You don't have separate pictures of them, but all these people, actually, they are those who are creating, they are making a yearly work for creating these things and for giving us an interface that is friendly to us. So what you can do at this moment, it is to download the ThermoSmart application, which is available on Google Play Store, and soon we will have the iOS version as well. So we have a question. Would you be our client? We hope to have you as our client. And one thing that I want to mention is that right here with me, it's one of the colleagues from the team, from the technical team. So just in case you will have technical questions, I have here support. Yvonne is here to help us with this.
Hi, Yvonne. My first question, if you have any clients already, if you have any data about how many downloads are there on the Android platform and so on.
No, at the moment we don't have it, because the device, it's actually, the device itself, it's still under construction. So the application, you can download it right now because you know about it. We say about these things in a small circle, and we try it with our friends, but it is not yet launched, so people to download it and to use it.
2 words on the problem you solve. What are the alternatives now on the market?
Well, what you can buy in in the stores, like.
And what is the pricing difference between your solution, final pricing? Did you work on that versus the solutions what are on the market?
Well, the idea there is no difference in price.
Okay, and if we don't use the solutions, tech-based solutions, what is the usual way of controlling the heating in the apartment?
Which is the way of...
Without any technology, if you just scrap all the high-tech parts, how it is done now in Moldova? Because it's a frank question. I don't know if you still have that old metal-heavy batteries in houses or apartments.
Jon, can you help me with that, please?
Water-based, yeah, without any ability to...
Okay, so at the moment, not all the apartments have the gas boiler, and don't all apartments use a thermostat. And what we have innovative, so is we make the hardware part, the software part, and we add an application to be used by the user, and you can use from, I don't know, you are at work, you want to set a temperature in your house, you just open the application in your smartphone and just do that. because our concurrence doesn't have the application, and you need to be physical at the home and manage the temperature.
Okay, thank you.
So you told us a lot about the product, but I would like to know maybe if you could like rephrase it in a one sentence. So what is your mission? Like what do you want to achieve with this product?
Well, more the idea started from the fact that we don't have a product which is made here, made in Moldova, and we are using only what we are importing. So that's actually the idea that was the driver of this project.
Thank you.
I know it sounds kind of romantic, but there are many projects that they are developing based on romantic ideas. So yeah, that was actually what started all that. Let's have a product made in Moldova and to offer an alternative. Thank you.
No more questions? Thank you. Eskar concept, where he is coming. Also, I'm inviting everybody after the lunch, during the lunch, you can also contribute, in a way that sharing maybe some contacts or to each others. This is also opportunity for you to network, to exchange knowledge, to also be aware while you are listening. Maybe you have somebody that you could recommend to the colleagues here. Presentation? Okay.
All right. Imagine a Moldovan Europe where every road is powered by clean energy and drivers never have to worry about running out of charge. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Mircea Florin Sandu, and I'm doing business development at eCharge Moldova. We are a charging point operator and developing a smart integrated platform that's offering full-scale services like 24/7 monitoring, invoicing and reporting, technical support, and customer service. We are aligned with Moldova's national e-mobility strategy and with EU acquis like alternative fuel infrastructure regulation. But to understand our impact, let's look at the problem that we are solving. Picture this. You are an EV owner in Moldova, excited about lower cost and clean air. But you can't find a charger when you need one. With only 300 chargers nationwide, the offer is woefully insufficient for the growing demand. The limited infrastructure, as I told you, and the number of EV and hybrid imports have surged over 4 times in the last 3 years. Yet, 80% of our 500 clients that we surveyed told us that the lack of accessible is their biggest barrier, stalling adoption. Worse, 86% of greenhouse emissions in Moldova comes from the current car transportation. This is a climate crisis on the wheels, and without an immediate action, we are missing a massive opportunity. But the good news, the market is exploding. According to the National E-Mobility Strategy developed by the EBRD with the government of Moldova, we have 3 scenarios of the EV and hybrid imports. And by 2050, we will have a 49% penetration rate in the most optimistic scenario, which means 600,000 EV and hybrid car imports. That's a 50 million euro serviceable market just in Moldova. And this is the opportunity that we would like to address. And that's where eCharge comes in. First, look for the nearest charger in our application. Second, connect your charger plug to the car and start the charging process using the application or the RFID card. Third step, stop the charging in our app. And fourth and last step, disconnect, and you are good to go. When we started building the platform, we were thinking that even a dummy, a 60-year-old dummy, would be able to connect and charge their car using our application. And we already have a proven traction. When we joined the acceleration program by the UNDP, we had 27 stations deployed. Now we have 44 stations deployed. Yesterday, as a fact, we moved the 1 megawatt hub into our network with 5 fast charging stations. Besides that, we had 3,000 unique users. Now we have over 5,000 unique users in our app. Our business model and revenue streams are diversified, coming from pay-per-use, from fleet subscriptions, and from station sales. And we are number 2 on the market already, and we aim to become number 1 on the market in the next 3 years. We are clustered the platform integrating the AWS cloud. It was built in-house, and we are able to to integrate new features as we go for our client, and we offer excellent client service, and that's very important. And behind all that is a powerhouse team. Meet Vasily Chorba, who's the CEO, founder, dealing with the strategy, fundraising, and operations, CTO, and the founder, Vladimir Zaporozhyan, and the brain behind the app infrastructure, dealing with R&D operations. I'm doing business development. And besides that, there is Mihai Molia, dealing with sales and client acquisition. We also have a technical engineer and a marketing manager. We have good partnerships with local renowned company, and we have more in the pipeline that we are going to announce. Thank you, and I can assure you, you are placing a strong bet by investing into our service.
Thank you for your presentation. I have a question. You mentioned when you described the problem that there are not sufficient charges covering the entire territory of Moldova. Do you have an approximate statistics of how many of them are needed?
How many of them are needed?
Yes, to cover the main routes and the additional.
So we checked the TNT network, which is the Transport European Network, and it shows basically where the charges needs to be put on the road trips, the main road trips in Moldova, and it needs to be put 3 kilometers away from each station, fast charging station, 3 kilometers away. So approximately there will be around 2,000 chargers nationwide.
And what is, I mean, you said that you are the second company on the market.
Yes, that's right.
The first company, do you know what is their potential to cover this territory?
Of course, they have potential because they have higher revenues, and also they have the first mover advantage. They were the pioneer in the market, and we joined after them. But I don't want to be mean, but clients are starting to transition to our service because of the excellent service that we are offering. So they are developing and they are improving as well, but I'm sure we'll become the market leader in the next 3 years.
So your value added would be, and the competitive advantage would be the service that you provide afterward.
Yes, that's true. That's true. As I mentioned before, for our clients, even the business clients or the individual users, we want them to plug in and start the charging process with 4 or 5 clicks maximum. And when we analyze also the competition, our clients, it makes really hard time for them to start the charging process. And this is our competitive advantage and uniqueness.
So just to understand it better, for now you're focusing mainly on Moldova market.
That's right.
And what about your plans of scaling, if any, right?
I built the business case based on the Moldova market. As I mentioned, it's a 50 million euro serviceable market, but in 2028, 2029, we plan to extend the Romanian and Ukrainian market. And that there is a total different story.
It's going to stay mystery.
Well, of course, there are also funding that is available because there is, as I told you, alternative fuel infrastructure regulation, which is the UAKI that provides the minimum fast charging stations across the highways and the roads in the European Union. So we want to capitalize on this opportunity to get the funding from the European Union, and that's how we plan to enter the EU market.
Do you also take care of all the technological installments of every charging station? So
of course. Yes. So we have a technical engineer and we deploy infrastructure, meaning that we buy the station for the client, depending on the client needs and depending also on the grid availability, because this is a huge problem. This is a huge problem in Moldova. When there is not enough power at the physical location, we buy the transformer also. So this is a higher cost, higher capex, of course, but right now we want to secure as many locations as possible, and in the future time we are gonna make more money, so to say.
And your business model is just on charging, or you also charge for every charging station that you install? You mentioned about the transformer that you need to buy and so on. It's like additional costs.
The business model, as I said, is diversified, coming from per use from individual users, coming from station sales for the businesses, and coming from fleet subscriptions, as there are car sharing applications that are or taxi companies that are integrated into our platform, and this is our business model.
I think it's enough, huh? Yes. Yeah. Thank you.
Here is the co-founder, and I would like to introduce Vladimir Zaporozhan. He's the brain behind the app infrastructure.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mircea. Thank you. Bravo. Now, do we have EcoFabrica?
Thank you. Hello, everyone. What if I told you that you can increase your savings by up to 120 times? Sounds like a dream, isn't it? But it's not. And those who made this possible is a team of people who have a vast amount of experience in renewable energy sources, in PR and social psychology. So, what's the problem? High heating costs. For the last years in the Republic of Moldova, the prices for thermal energy increased by a lot. Pollution. A lot of people, 65% of Moldovans, are heating themselves using wood, coal, and natural gases. Furthermore, polluting the atmosphere and also decreasing their life expectancy by almost up to 10 years. Post-harvest loss. For the last year, we lost almost 500,000 cubic meters of fruits and vegetables. And what is our solution? We have a giant ball of fire near us. Why won't we use it? Why do we have to lit the fire near us? So, we came with a solution that doesn't require coal, doesn't require wood, doesn't require natural gases, and can generate a lot of thermal energy. The principle of working, we just take the energy from the sun and use the preheated air from the collector as we want, for heating ourselves or for drying fruits and vegetables. Ladies and gentlemen, Dual Heat Pro. So this is a solar air collector that helps us to collect the thermal energy from the sun, and as I said, to use it as we want. As you can see, you can just put it on the ground, mount it on the wall, on the roof, and also there in the corner, we can see the fruit dryer that we built. Competition and effectiveness. So our competitors are also the providers of clean thermal energy, such as heat pumps and air conditioners. But while those people are using electric energy to convert it into thermal energy, we are taking the thermal energy from the sun and using a small amount of electric energy just to take the air from the collector and bring it into our households or for drying fruits and vegetables. So for the price of just 1 coffee per month, you can save up to 50% for heating yourself, and also for the same price, you can save up by 120 times for drying fruits and vegetables. Market. We already started with the private households that wanted to transit themselves from the conventional energy sources to a cleaner energy sources, and we have in Moldova 1.3 million households that are heating themselves with wood and coal. Next one, we plan to heat the businesses, depots, social objects such as cultural houses, and small farmers for drying and processing fruits. Thank you everyone, and remember, heat smart and dry smart.
Thank you for the presentation. Question. What is the initial investment needed by your current customer segments to implement your solution. This is the first part. The second part, how much does it cost to maintain that installation, and what is the degradation schedule of each of the installation elements?
Okay, so for the last years, we invested around $10,000 just in researches and experimenting with those collectors. We changed the fans, we changed the air duct, we experimented with different thermal insulations for the air duct, and came with almost a perfect product. We want to test it furthermore. And about the maintenance, you have to maintain just a fan that is pushing the air, and also the air filter that needs to be changed once or twice per year in the independence of the pollution near the collector. So that's it. And also the life expectancy of such a collector is 25-30 years.
The cold period of the year, we don't have that much air which is warm. What do you do then, especially for heating houses?
We don't take the heat from the atmosphere. It's heating from the radiation of the sun. So if we have sun, then we have thermal energy. Also, if we have cloudy weather, we can generate up to 50 degrees Celsius.
So you went with a B2C model. So I would like to learn, because you told us that for a price of one coffee, then let's reverse it. So how do potential customer, like how much does he save, or like what's the return on the investment? Tell us something more about that.
I can give an example with one of our customers. So for example, in December last year, he used to pay 407 cubic meters of gas for heating himself. After connecting the collector, he paid in January for 182 cubic meters of gas. So basically, he spent 60 days on electric energy and saved 3,600, something like that, on natural gases.
Short question about the team, yeah, and about the management. Can you expand more on the background of each of the team members and your qualifications in terms of running the startup, running the business?
Yep, this one. So we have Andrei Ursaki and Vladimir Ursu, who are founders of an NGO. It's an NGO specialized in ecology. So from our background, we used to install a lot of collectors that are heating water, and based on those collectors, we made and managed this collector for heating air. Also, we have a vast experience in PV systems and other renewable energy sources. Silviu Răcilă has a lot of experience in PR and communication, because on the phase of the working of this NGO, he was the one who is showing all the projects, who maintains the communication, and who is making the posts. And I am specialized in social psychology.
I have another question. For example, does it depend on the size of the surface of the square meters? How many devices to be installed?
Of course.
So what is the ratio?
So one such collector can provide you enough thermal energy for around 50 square meters in the case the household or the premise is thermal insulated.
Perfect. Bravo. Bravo, bravo. Iveco Construction. Yeah. Presentation. Oh, wow, we have something.
It's a little bit smaller than on the picture you will see, but anyway.
Just to see.
Yep, thank you. My name is Zachary. I represent company Iveco Construction, and I would like to start from some bigger problem. Yeah, okay, it's vice versa. At the moment in Moldova, each year we have more than 4,000 intentional fires on agricultural lands, which causes more than 134,000 CO2 emission. And the problem of recycling the agricultural waste is pretty important in Moldova especially. And let's think about the solution in more personal way. So imagine you are a family, young family, you're making part of a young family, you are planning your own comfortable house, you've made a lot of savings for years, and now when it comes to building, you're facing some real scary factors. First of all, the traditional concrete construction takes years. And finally, you're getting a big box that needs a massive energy to be heated and cooled. And local market is promoting artificial construction materials that, like polystyrene, OSB, acrylic paints that are full of chemicals and cause mold, poor ventilation, or even health diseases. And this is not just our problem, it's a problem of the big market in Eastern Europe and Moldova particularly. We are aiming the local market and, okay, that's the old version of the presentation, but sorry. Yeah, we are aiming the local market and the 3% of the Eastern European market, which is more than 200 million euros. And our solution is we create prefabricated wall systems from pressed straw, which is local, renewable, natural material. One house kit like this is assembled in 5 days maximum. You spend, because of the thickness, 40 centimeters, you spend much less for the energy to heat and cool the house. And we upcycle the carbon, the biogenic carbon. The product consists of wooden frame, straw insulation, and interior finishes. So you are getting comfortable house that is warm in winter, cool in summer, and assembled in a few months. On the global market, the buildings are responsible for 40% of CO2 emissions, and we aim decarbonization of construction sector. Our panel, square meter of panel, stores the 97 kilogram of CO2. And we use the cradle-to-cradle approach to upcycle, so to transform agricultural waste into construction materials, and leftovers, we recycle them into the heating pellets. Yeah, our early market is young families who are looking for eco homes and tourist operators searching for building sustainable guest houses, and we propose them turnkey solution from foundation to painting of the walls. And we are scaling next step to B2B, so cooperating with construction companies and developers, and to replace the brick walls and concrete walls with our panel solution. Till this moment, we've built 15 houses and achieved 130,000 sales annually. And we created a pretty good communication with the bigger team. And the next plan is to achieve the Eastern European market. This is our team. We have experience in production, in construction, and sales, and we have some partners on European market supply chain. Thank you very much, and together we can redefine, rethink how the buildings are made. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. So the first question would be, where do you take your straws from?
We are taking them from the local farmers that have the certificate of organic, so they sell all the seeds export, and we buy the straw. So we are buying, it's 15 kilometers from our factory, local farmers.
So what's your capacity in order to grow? Because I believe there's a limited amount of straw in Moldova, right?
Not actually, we can build annually 2,000 houses if we use the whole straw. But anyway, we are using maybe 5% maximum of the whole numbers of the whole available straw.
Maybe on scaling, yeah, because you have mentioned that you will be scaling to Romania, this older version of the presentation, in Romania and Ukraine, and 3% of the market. Why 3% and why Ukraine?
Once again, where?
Why 3% of the market? Because you mentioned you are aiming at 3% of the market, market share. And why Ukraine?
Yeah, first of all, why Ukraine? Because we started there our activity, like studying the sphere of creating such kind of houses. We've made few collaborations in Ukraine, but it was mostly like just tryings. So we see the potential market there, and especially after the war, we were at the forum in Kiev. There was the topic of reconstruction Ukraine with the low-level buildings from energy-efficient and natural materials. So the Prime Minister was saying about this. And the second 3%, there was a slide that the total market of Eastern Europe is about 6 billion, and through the statistics we have only 12% of the total market is for eco houses. So annually on the statistics, 12% of the market are built houses from natural materials. So 3% for us at the moment is enough if we will achieve them through Romania, because we plan Ukraine, Romania, and Poland as the next points. So, like, it's enough for us for the capacity.
And what is the pipeline of projects for the next year?
We plan to open a sales office in Romania.
No, pipeline of projects of houses. How many houses have you sold but not yet built for the next year?
3 houses sold but not yet built, and next year we'll have 2 more. Like from the January, we'll have 2 more contracts for building houses. So 5 total, yeah, at the moment.
What is the life cycle of this product?
Is there, sorry, can you check again the presentation? Is it, or you don't have other one? Because I have the slide when I show that the oldest building, 105 years, built to this technology and still alive. It's bought by Association of Architects, so it's possible even to visit it. So, like the guarantee is about 15 years, but the real practical example, 105 years at the moment.
Okay, and the guarantee you provide is 15 years.
Yes, exactly. Okay. It's to the national legislation for the construction, for the structural, you give 15 years.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Okay, Power IT. Presentation. Yeah.
Hi everyone, my name is Michael Gutsu. I'm the CEO of Power IT, and I'm here to present to you mCrowd, the first regulated crowdfunding platform for renewable energy and community infrastructure projects. We invite you to co-invest in and co-finance Moldova's clean energy future, and the best part is that we can all be part of it. Moldova imports most of its energy, making us vulnerable to price shocks. At the same time, developers and municipalities lack financing, and over 1 million Moldovans abroad look for trusted ways to invest back home. This gap slows the green transition and keeps communities exposed. mCrowd enables citizens and diaspora to co-create solar, wind, and community infrastructure projects, while at the same time unlocking diaspora's capital. What we have at this point is that Moldova is at a turning point. The country has just launched its first large-scale renewable auction, while new legislation makes the framework for crowdfunding platforms like ours. At the same time, the remittances from Moldova diaspora exceeds 1.6 billion euros every year. And part of this capital can be redirected towards national green energy project. This is why the timing for mCrowd is now, and we are the first mover. With only 3 megawatts of solar, we can save up to 15,000 tons of CO2 emissions and mobilize more than 1 million euros from citizens. mCrowd makes green investments accessible and allows even for small contributions. Together, we can create cleaner energy, stronger communities, and real opportunities. So far, we've created we've established mCrowd's legal entity, and we designed and developed the MVP. we are currently undergoing regulatory compliance and preparing for our first pilot project. In 1 year, we're planning 3 projects. In 3 years, hopefully, a multi-megawatt portfolio. I'm a licensed lawyer by profession. Our project, and I have experience in managing an IT company. Our project manager has more than 12 years in scalable systems, and our team also consists of developers, business analysts, quality assurance specialists, business experts, and so on, you name it. We can deliver mCrowd. So far, we are seeking for early backers to help us fund the first pilot project. We are also seeking for partnerships with municipalities and renewable developers, and we welcome diaspora champions to help us amplify our reach. So together, we can co-finance Moldova's energy independence. Thank you.
Here we go. Okay, thank you for your presentation. So what's your business model?
So basically, we're starting as a project for Moldova, and we're planning on scaling it and making it available for all the municipalities, either as a white label, yeah, for those municipalities that want to enable the citizens' potential, financial potential for their community infrastructure or clean energy projects for communities. And at the same time, we are planning to offer this on a governmental level, so this becomes a national service.
So you plan to sell a SaaS solution to the local and
Yes,
government?
Eventually at some point, but at this point, if they were to be interested, but at this point, we are looking to get 3 to 5% from every project that goes through the platform. So this is our business model at this point.
And who pays you that 3%? Which side of the
applicants?
marketplace?
Yeah, the applicants that are going to receive those funds. So basically, not the investors. We're looking to capitalize only on those projects that were funded through the platform.
But indirectly, they will cover the cost by increasing the price they list as a price for their project, and the final consumer who sends the money foots the bill for you. Okay, but the second question is legislative. Yeah, you have mentioned that there are upcoming legislations on crowdfunding.
Yes.
Yeah. So, what competences does your team have to capitalize on the fact that there are two separate, let's say, legislative documents coming up on green energy and crowdfunding, and how can you combine them into one legally sound product?
So basically, the legislation on the crowdfunding was recently adopted in 2024. So we are undergoing the regulatory compliance at this point. And this legislation is EU compatible. So basically, once we get the regulatory approval, then we're all set. So basically, according to the EU standards. And
Green
I'm
energy?
the one. Yeah, and I'm the one, and my team, we're responsible for the legal part, and the developers are responsible for making sure that the platform is compliant with all those standards as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Andrea and today I'll be representing Prompt Engineering with their innovative product, Energofag. And we think is the key solution to the future of energy and construction. First of all, there's a lot of major problems in the world right now, the high cost of electricity, energy, construction, and also there's less and less resources of clean water, and there's a pressure in our environment. And also there's problem related to the high costs of construction, especially when you want to install a solar panel, because you have to pay additionally for the roof and for the solar panels. That's why we came up with a solution, and that is Energofag. Energofag is not only a solar panel. It is a roofing system that combines multiple resources, such as solar energy, rainwater collection and filtration, and also heat recovery and ventilation. Our key aspects are the solar panels that are already integrated into the roof, so you cut down on the construction costs almost by half. Also, there's the rainwater collection and filtration. The solar panels themselves are also more durable because we have the cooling in them. The cool design also allows for the natural daylight to be indoors. Now the question is, why now? As mentioned before, it's because of the energy crisis worldwide that is affecting so many of us. There's actually a need from the companies and enterprises for a product that is cheaper and more efficient and sustainable. Also, our solution aligns with the UN SDGs. For example, for the 7th one, we offer a source of clean and affordable energy. For the 8th one, we offer new jobs and opportunities. And also for the SDG number 9, we support and promote the innovative infrastructure and industrialization. Our market consists of construction companies. We also want to focus more on the agricultural sector, private real estate, investors, and also annually the solar energy and green building market is growing by 15 to 20%. So that's why we want to take a part in it. Up until now, we have actually achieved a patent in Germany. We also have tested a lot of prototypes, and there's actual companies that are really interested and need our product. We are also in the scaling process as we are ready to launch our future pilot projects. Here you can see our lovely team. Alexandru is the founder of Prompt Engineering. He is the author of the technology. Anna is the co-founder, and she's responsible for the financials and the production. Ion Paraskivoiu is actually listed in the world's top 2% of scientists based on the Stanford University ranking. And hello, I am Andrea. I am a mechanical engineering student, and I am an assistant manager that's more focused on the creative and proactive side. Here are our contacts. We want to thank you for your time and attention, and I want to mention that Energofag is not just a solar panel. It is the future standard for energy and construction. And that's why we need your support to launch ourselves on the global market. Thank you. Quick disclaimer, I also work as a translator, so I am going to be translating for Alexandru, if that's okay.
Great presentation. No further questions from my side.
There were actually a couple of startups who failed in Poland on that concept. Let's see two cases. First case, when you have an existing building and you need to integrate your solution into the existing building construction. How costly, the first part of the question, it is, and the second part, how long does it take, and how it disrupts the flow, because this building is used in the warehousing, production, etc. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's going to be like 20% more expensive than the traditional roofs. And because there's like multiple sources of energies, it's going to be faster for you to recover your money back. and there's like economy based on the illumination.
Okay, and in terms of new buildings, how do you pitch this solution to the construction companies?
Based on the economic indexes, that's how we are going to argument our startup idea for them, because as I mentioned, you get your money back faster. And it's like a different architecture, and also mentioned before, it's a cool design actually. It allows for the natural light indoors. Personally, that's what I love the most.
Okay, thank you.
Will this solution, in terms of like the question, does it make the building more attractive, as in the price will be higher, so then the construction company will earn more, or like it's basically, because I'm looking for who's gonna pay for it, right? For private investors, of course, your house would be like more efficient, more cost efficient. But what about the industrial buildings, or like conference centers or shopping malls?
Okay, so it's going to be more on the industrial buildings. For example, in Germany, there's already a greenhouse that they are trying to implement this design. And there's already a production line that's building the roof systems themselves.
Do you have any construction companies that you already started discussing with? Dacă aveți careva discuții cu companii din construcții cu care poate ați început parteneriate sau ceva de genul?
La etapa actuală noi pregătim acoperișul demonstrare 120 de module de 80 de kW integrat.
So now they are preparing a demonstration panel of 120 square
dorim
meters.
să operăm cu indici măsurați reale, adică noi vrem să certificăm produsul și după aceasta să ieșim cu un produs certificat gata de a-l implementa în soluții arhitecturale.
So they first want to certify the product and then enter the market with a certified product.
Noi acum construim fabrica pentru aceste module.
They're now constructing a new factory, yes, for this panels. Thank you. Mulțumim.
We are done with the first group, and the lunch is not ready. So do we continue with the group? Is that okay? Huh? Yeah, I'm looking for you because Proton Energy Solution needs to go then.
No, it's better because after lunch pitches are brutal.
Okay. So second, yeah. So Proton Energy Solutions.
Yeah. It
No,
doesn't go. It's fine. It's fine.
No worries. No, he will open. So second group. Yeah.
Okay. Hi, my name is Afanasi. I'm the CEO of Proton Energy Solution, and today I'm going to present to you our solution, which aims to connect you as a residential or industrial consumers to participate in the grid balancing market, help stabilize the grid, and earn money by doing so. Yeah, wow. So here's the core of the problem. Our grid system works on the supply and demand principle, where the supply and demand always needs to be matched exactly. In order to do so, our transmission system operator, Moldelectrica, needs to always constantly use the resources such as Romanian or Ukrainian energy market or some internal resources to keep the system stable, but this incurs extra cost for the end citizens such as ourselves. Who feels most of the pain are grid operators, renewables, and industrial consumers, but you should always think that you are the ones who are paying at the end, just normal working people like us. So meanwhile, the thousands of flexible devices such as freezers, EV chargers, batteries are just sitting there waiting for this kind of opportunity to be involved. What is actually virtual power plant? So we smartly connect you as a flexible consumer. We study your kind of energy patterns, your preferences. Then we build an infrastructure where we coordinate your demands based on the kind of grid needs. And then we get paid for this kind of service, and we share the reward with you. So what's the business model? We take the money from the transmission system operator or the balancing market itself, funnel it through our system, and at the end of the day, we share it with you in a very fair way. As you can see, we're not very greedy. We take only 30% markup for our service. You get the most of the benefit, and customer is the main beneficiary. And we see some growing to 3 to 5 or even 7, 8 million euros in Moldova alone. But this is the solution which will put us in a big league. This is the solution which we put so much effort into, is the AI data center as a flexible service, because with the exponentially growing data centers infrastructure around the world, we see it as a great, amazing opportunity to utilize it as a flexible consumer, because we can shift training jobs, we could do smart cooling, we do a lot of stuff to solve problems all around the world, not just in Moldova. And we introduced the concept of energy citizenship, which is very important for us, where you can earn and help your city, and we support a lot of UN SDGs. The impact which we expect is great, starting from renewable energy contaminant reduction up to CO2 emissions avoided. Our roadmap is pretty simple. We're at the technical readiness stage, where we have our partners and our backend aligned. We're just waiting for national agency to approve some methodologies. We jump straight into testing and going live under a year. We already operate 80 megawatts of renewables with spare parts and different services. We do cover 75% of all renewables with the daily forecasts. And now we jump into VPP space. So we have our foot in the game. This is our amazing team who will make this all happen and have the experience launching this product. As also myself having experience of building similar products for African rural communities in Imperial College London. And yeah, thank you for your attention.
So what do you need to achieve the results you boast?
What I need the most are the partners around the world for the data center. We already have a partner in UAE which supports us for the requirements phase, because there are some technical requirements for the data centers. But we really need a lot of data centers to get the better idea how this will work at the end of the day, because this is the concept this is untapped market. Only 2 companies who does something in this area are pretty small. You maybe heard of them, Google and Microsoft. Yeah, so they only doing that. But we need partners in that sense. And also like community science locally. And we really need our national agency to speed up some things already so we can start working.
So I will rephrase the question. What do you need from the, not partners in terms of data centers, but from what is the request to potential investor or a potential grant institution? Yeah, what support from those type of partners do you need?
From the investor standpoint, which we already kind of had couple of discussion, in order to grow globally, we need investments. So we're kind of bootstrapping it ourselves right now. And it limits a bit our growth, potential growth. If we get more investment, we can involve more people into this project and not limit ourselves only to Moldova and grow globally as quickly as possible. So some funding will be nice, I guess.
And you discussed that with potential investors from where? With local investors, or you have been visiting other countries?
No, actually, I had literally yesterday a call with our Boost mentor, who is a VCC in Poland. And as I'm happy to say, I'm flying to Poland in November to meet with them and some CEOs to discuss how we can scale it globally, because he already operates in this space and he didn't have experience, or they didn't have idea of utilizing data centers. But we have some smart algorithms, they liked it, so we'll see how it goes.
Great, thank you.
I have a question. From the legislative point of view,
Yep.
Have you analyzed the framework, the legal framework for this solution? Because at the moment, as I know, for example, for the stock of the energy, there is no open price spot market. So to consult the prices that are on the day or the second day.
Yes, so that's why that's our only concern, as I mentioned, because national agency had requirement to start these markets in October, by the 5th of October. We had meetings with them where Moldelectrica introduced this concept that it will be kind of implied, but there's no traction currently, and they delayed this process a bit. That's why it's difficult to say. Its idea is great, but execution is a bit slow on their part.
You presented it as a B2C model of business. Is it also a potential for B2B?
Absolutely. So it's both. It goes both ways because our kind of sources of revenue, as for now, also as we provide the forecasting for the balancing groups, we consider it B2B business. And in a similar way, we do the kind of algorithms and software which will be applied for the balancing rooms themselves, which will kind of use their resources in a smart way, but also the end customers as well. So it's a complex solution which involves everyone.
Did you try to contact local data centers to partner with them?
We plan to set up the meeting with host.md in November as well, something like that. They didn't respond yet with the exact date, but we'll have a discussion with them. But we're aligning the meetings with data centers on the global scale. Maybe you know Mihai Merkutsa from the NodeShift, our Moldovan guy. So yeah, we're discussing with him in UAE. But the problem in UAE is that they don't care about electricity, like they have have tons of it. So it's a bit of different problem, but still interesting perspective.
Okay. Just mentioning, the technical university has a data center that I don't think they're using it to its full capacity. So it could be something that you could approach. And we have Orange, which is the biggest telecom provider. They have some data centers that you might see they could partner with you guys. I don't know. Just check.
Great. We'll look forward. We'll look into it. Thanks.
Super. Bravo. Bravo. Congrats. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, we will have one more, and then we will go to the lunch because lunch is almost ready. We have Renter e-bike Prim. This is you, because you are going around, so I was not sure. Good luck.
All right, hi, I'm Daniel, and we're Renter. We're making the food delivery industry more efficient and increasing courier earnings. If you want to work as a food delivery rider and you don't have transportation, you don't get the job. That's the reality for most immigrants and 1 in 5 local applicants in Europe. With a bike, you'll burn out fast and earn very little, and with a car, you'll spend 50% of your earnings on gas, waste time in traffic and parking, and pollute the environment up to 7 tons of CO2 per year. Here we come with the solution. Renter is an e-bike subscription service which is long-term for delivery riders with pickup and drop-off at our office. We offer it to individuals at 50 euro per week and to companies at 40 euro per week, and currently we have approximately an equal split. The total market in Europe based on the number of couriers is estimated at 1.7 billion euro per year, where we aim to capture 5%, and for that we need 30,000 active vehicles. In Moldova, however, it's estimated at 4 million euro per year. And it's growing fast because apps like Glovo aim to double low carbon emission vehicles by 2030s, and cities are also shifting fast. In Eastern Europe, in most cities, we still have the majority of the deliveries done. In Western cities like Barcelona, it's nearly zero. And another example is Paris, who a couple of months ago banned cars from traveling on 500 more streets. So the trends are from petrol to electric and from 4 wheels to 2 wheels. The main competitor right now has over 1,000 vehicles and lower prices than us by 26%, yet 12 companies switched from them to Renter, and they're still staying. And the primary reason is the bicycle. We have 2 batteries for 12 hours of range, guarantee under 30-minute fix or replace of the bike, and security with a GPS and anti-theft chain. We recently raised funding and are currently generating 25,000 in revenue from a fleet of 220 vehicles. With the recently raised funding, we'll reach 450 in the next 6 months, and our users love the product, proved by over 400 5-star reviews. We started 4 years ago while still in school, and we were able to validate, win the biggest accelerator in Moldova, attract funding, launch, all of that before even finishing 12th grade. We move fast, we fail quickly, and we prove that we can do in just a couple of months what takes others a couple of years. But we lack experience, which is where our angel investors help, which we currently have a list of over 40. Renter is not just a bike purchasing and rental business. We're innovators, and we invest a lot to create the best solution in the market for delivery riders. More exactly, we have 2 innovative components, and the first one is the bike, which I got from Bucharest last night when I came to present here. It features a single battery, which is twice as big and still enough for 12 hours of range, improved security in the GPS and alarm, and every component is thought to have maximum durability to allow for the biggest uptime for delivery riders. But managing a fleet of thousands of vehicles can prove to be an operational mess, which is where our second innovative component comes in, and this is a unique ERP software that we're currently developing for inventory, repairs, rentals and returns, dedicated B2B client portals, fleet visualization on the map, and many, many more. The MVP is live, and currently we're working on the full product. With the demand there and the bikes on the way, we'll reach 1 million in ARR beginning of next year. We'll launch e-mopeds, we'll launch a new city in Europe, and we'll be ready for another fundraising round of 1 to 3 million to reach our goal of 30,000 vehicles next. So we need your support and help to reach the goal that we have. So we invite you to make deliveries more efficient. Thank you.
So on that support, I think you have really considerable amounts of support already, yeah? So what support do you need, yeah? Could you elaborate more on your plans and the support you actually require from grant-giving institutions or from, for example, market perspective or operational perspective?
I'm thinking of 3 things. First one is funding. We cannot grow without funding, and this is the primary place where I contribute and I work to grow the fleet and to build the software. Second, yeah, we do have a huge list, a huge team of investors backing us, which have a lot of experience. But what we're lacking, and they are local in Romania or Moldova, what we're lacking is help in other countries in Europe. We don't want to stay in Moldova or Romania, although we want to grow here, but growing something in a different country like Poland, Hungary, or Bulgaria is a totally different thing, and this is where we need support with the go-to-market, building a team there, and assistance in in countries with different cultures. And the next team is building a team. We don't have corporate experience because we started from school, so Renter is our main experience, besides other projects we're doing. So on building a team, we also need a lot of assistance and talent.
So congrats on the traction. It looks really good. My question would be about the scaling part. So like, what's your scenario of entering new market? Let's say entering Poland, because you show us how do you deal with local competition. So what's your idea? Would you like to open a subsidiary? Would you like to, I don't know, tell us more about it.
For the next period, which we can anticipate, we'll keep doing it ourselves. We'll try to open cities by having an actual location there. This is why we're targeting big cities, over 1 million in population. They must have immigrants as workers, because that allows to have B2B contracts, which is much easier. So we'll try to do it ourselves. There is the potential for Renter to convert into a franchise offering business in the future. We cannot do that until we prove that we can do it in Poland, Hungary, Bulgaria, to show, look, this actually works, and to go then to investors. And to actually fund the bikes, there's a lot of different mechanisms, and one of them is debt, which is usually practiced by companies in our industry. So getting debt to finance the bikes and rent them and repay the loan that way.
Have you considered starting your expansion from, not from the bike actually and your full service, but from the ERP system for inventory management and for repair management for other fleet operators? Because in Poland, for example, you have really like 7 at least operators.
Yeah, we think that there's a couple of components that make Renter win on competition, and the main two ones are the bike and the software, but they work great together. We'd miss on a lot of features on the software if we were to offer it to other companies that don't use our bike. It has a lot of integrations and many more that we're working on, specifically to the IoT, to the GPS of our bike, and if a supplier has a different system, that would be much harder. And the bike is actually unique in Europe. There is no other that has one single battery with 12 hours of range, so it's much easier to win on the product rather than on the software. Software helps us to manage it and operate.
A question, where do you assemble these bikes? Here in Moldova?
No, that's what we were discussing with Mircea, I think, here earlier. Maybe we'll do it in the future. It was a decision we analyzed, but it's hard to focus on many things at the same time. Currently, the parts are sourced from all over the world, but mainly China, brought to Europe, assembled in Europe, and then they get shipped to us, this specific batch. And 50 of them, which is the first big batch, this is just the prototype, which is why I took it from Bucharest with me. I'm always going to different places with it. The first batch of 50 is coming in like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, so we'll be able to deploy them and actually rent and get all the great feedback.
You already have the contract signed, as I understand.
With the bikes?
Yeah, I mean with the client to whom you provide these 50
there's many clients that we have right now. All of them, we rented this bike, we provided it to them for 1 week to get testing. All of them are asking when it's going to happen, so not contract signed, but it depends on whether they have the need at that time. They would all prefer to convert at least what they already have to this one.
How much money do you need to expand, for example, to closest 2 markets on your pipeline?
For a small expansion, even 50,000 can be enough. We're still picking on to just open a city to get early traction, to have 20 bikes, for example, there. We're considering between 3 options. We have support in Bulgaria and someone that can assist with also funding. Hungary looks very great. Poland looks awesome, but it's saturated. So we'd like first to see how this bike competes with many other solutions before we...
No way 50K will be enough for Poland.
No, for opening. City.
Even for opening.
Okay.
And then you own the bikes, right? So the risk of, I don't know, like replacing the parts or being stolen and so on is on your side entirely? Or like, how do you deal with the huge costs, I guess?
Yeah, for everything that happens naturally to the bike, we cover it. There's other cases like an accident happening. In that case, whoever is responsible for the accident is covering it. If it was the courier, then he's paying, or the company that he is employed at. If it was the other party, then they have to do an agreement with them and get the payment. But either way, the companies are paying in case of the accidents. It's their deal then to get the money from the person responsible.
Okay, super.
Thank you very much.
Okay, time for lunch, and then we'll continue with the second group. Yeah, and one more time, bravo for the first group. Bravo. Lunch is for don't put everything is working. Try, you see? Well, is it working?
Do you need it back afterwards? From waste, cotton and textile.
I will translate.
Не, это мои прототипы. Но я одну могу подать.
Just one, because it's made.
I was just simply curious. I don't have to do it. Like, what happens if I pour water on it?
You can try because Dimitri already tested, and in our presentation we have some percent. How many percent of humidity can support this kind of piping?
I already have a question.
Let's see the presentation. Less. Stop. I will say. Stop. Okay. We are ready. Take your seat. We already have a team who is the next, so air comp production. Let's wait a little bit, 1 minute. So Jory to be ready. Ben to be ready with a timer. Yeah. Okay. We have it. Once Ben gives signal, you can start.
Good afternoon. My name is Christina, and today I will present Air Company production, Co-Pack, sustainable packing made from cotton and textile waste. We turn what used to be discarded or burned into valuable biodegradable products. So this is a problem, and we have really a problem. Every year, hundreds of millions of tons of plastic and textile pollute the environment. Cardboard, reduced deforestation, and huge amount of water. The problem with water also we have. Neither plastic nor paper is truly sustainable. And our solution and answer is Co-Pack. In the front of you, you have some exemplars. So what we offer? We offer a packing that have possibility to reduce CO2 emission and improve eco ratings. So here you have some economical data, how many marketings and the price of marketings in the packing. It's around $300 billion. Our European segment is around 5 billion. And if you support our project and our idea, in the first line that we will create, we will have generate 1.1 million annually, strong and potential priority to scale up. Because just on this pack, it's cost 0.05 cent. It's less than plastic. If we talk about competitive, so unlike plastic and carbon, Co-Pack reduce taxes, save resource and strange ESG. And of course, for the clients, it means hundreds of millions of dollars saving and real health sustainability possibility. For business model, we select B2B segment. So in the front of you, you have already we have already signed a letter of intention of a company from German, Aspro, that was interesting and can select to be in collaboration. And also we have some little company from Moldova who make distribution of fruit and vegetables. If we speak about technology, we have in 3 steps: raw material preparation, modeling, drying, and the final produce that you have. And what is really important, we will have reuse up to 95% of water. And solar collected, what we will have in our business idea, we will prevent 60 tons of carbon emission annually. So this is some calculate. And about economical, here you see also some dates. EBITDA, year, and what is very important for startup, payback, just 4 years. Here we have our team. So in the front of you is Mr. Dimitri. He is responsible for the strategy and growth. Mr. Vladimir Ursu, lead technical and development, and all other people. Here you see something achievement and real impact. Yeah, thank you.
one of the vices showing the actual document is that you already have 2 questions on the document. Your partner wants volumes of 30 million units per year. What do you need to do? What amount of investments do you need to have next year available production capacity at 30 million units?
We need, because we need the money, we need to construct the line.
How much money? Do you have an experience in line construction? Do you have a supplier for technology? Do you have the actual construction company, engineering company who will do that line, then onboard it and begin operation?
Begin operation. В доллар? $1.2 million for the first line to have production.
How long does it take from initial payment you do to the technology provider to the actual working line?
1 year.
Okay. Do you have people who are experienced or who will be experienced in operating that line? How much do you need and what is their cost in terms of running business operationally?
Он спрашивает про людей. Есть людей, у вас есть людей, которые понимают, как это делается и сколько будет?
Наша команда
Our team already have experience in this preparation for each part of production of the line, because here we describe the procedure, how it's starting and how is the final product. So people know already how to make, and they already know how to do. What they need, it's line, it's technical equipment.
Okay, thank you.
After we use them, do they decompose on their own? What's the life cycle after the usage of the...
Yes, it's composed very fast because no plastic, is just natural composition. Water, and you can heat the textile.
So you take textile only from natural
yes,
sources?
yes.
No,
it's not needed.
No plastic.
It's no plastic, and you not need something special. You can just put in normal condition outside, and it's.
But where do you take the raw material? It's just
from
most
fabric.
of the textile is
Yeah.
either colored, even though it's natural, it uses some.
Yeah, actually, the materia prima,
the raw material.
Yeah, it's from industrial company who have production in textile, and we will buy from them, and we will reuse, because they didn't use, they just go to common, yes, yeah.
So you don't take the textile which is from clothes, it's
No,
just what they
because
didn't use.
it needs separately preparation. What we have from industrial company, it's not used. It's not with color, no another chemical. So this is why we not need to have some sanitation, I don't know, to clear. Yes, yes. It's already no impact in chemical.
We have time only for one question.
So what about the durability of those trays? Like, can I put a raw meat on it, or does it start melting? Or like, what about the water, or like?
About humidity, we already test, and you ask me about the if support humidity, or how many water we use it in produce. Humidity. Как он реагирует на воду?
Через какое-то время в воде он растворяется и
Yeah.
становится удобрением.
If they will stay in a long time, for 5-6 hours in the water, of course they will decompose. But actually, in good condition, is no problem with humidity. If you stay in the cold space, it's okay. It's absorbed because it's a textile. It's not paper. It's a textile, but absorb the water.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and we not need some special. Do you know if you buy something inside? Put to absorb the humidity in the plastic. Here you not need it because it's a natural textile.
Okay, thank you, Christina. Thank you so much.
So sorry, I don't know how was my English, but I hope you understand the product.
Okay, we have Repack Company.
Вам оставить? На выбор.
I will take this one.
Okay.
Don't mix it. Don't mix it. Yeah,
Hi everyone. I'm Valentin. I've been designing and producing paper packaging for 10 years at my family's printing house, and we produce 24 tons of paper waste annually. In Moldova alone, there are 300,000 tons of paper that are just thrown away every year. At the same time, our stores are full of fruits and vegetables packed in plastic trays. And this sparked an idea, what if we could use paper waste to produce trays for fruits and vegetables? And we did it. Our trays are made 100% of recycled paper waste. They are rigid, breathable, and compostable. And we tested it to keep the product fresh for 3 days longer than plastic ones. And we are not limited to trays. We can make any product of any design for any needs. Our process consists of collecting waste paper, mixed it with water, pressing it, drying it, selling it, and then repeat, because paper can be recycled up to 7 times. Even the water we use is filtered and then reused, making this a sustainable cycle. We focus on B2B clients, targeting supermarkets, farmers, distributors, and exporters. Now they use plastic trays that cost up to 6 cents, plus they pay taxes for importing and exporting plastic waste. There is an alternative, but it costs more and isn't resistant to moisture. Our trays are rigid and keep the product fresh for 3 days longer, and costs only 8 cents. We came with this idea last year. We won a hackathon, some accelerators. We made an MVP that you can see here. Or prepared the production, ordered the equipment, but our main focus is sustainability. We already reuse our water. We have solar panels installed that cover most of our energy needs, but we don't stop there. Now we need to build an innovative drying line to dry our products. While our competitors depend on gas-powered drying lines, we are building a green drying room powered by solar collectors and a heat pump for cold seasons. This will, for this we need another 20,000. This will help us to replace 1.5 million plastic trays and earn 150,000 profit. Thanks to our sustainability-driven approach, we align with sustainable development goals by reusing the water, replacing the paper, using the plastic, creating green local jobs, building a green manufacturing, reducing CO2, and using solar sustainable energy. And by 2030, we plan to scale our production to produce 10 million trays annually and enter the European market. And with a team of innovators as well as engineers, we are ready to make this happen. So support us in building a model circular facility in Eastern Europe.
So are you an engineering company or packaging company? Why do you feel that you need to work on the machines? Are there machines available on the market which do the same process as yours? Machines, drying machines, which you are developing from scratch. How does it fit within the business model of capacity expansion? How would you scale the production? What it will take from engineering side? Okay. Okay. Then another question, why would I invest €1 million in your company if I can invest 20,000 euros in your company and get 156,000 euros in profit, you claim? Why would I invest 1 million in your company when I can invest 20,000 and get 156,000 back?
Investing 1 million will help us reduce our costs, reducing the
Yeah,
rent,
but
building more.
what will help me as an investor to get my money back quickly?
150, it's profit. It's not
sales, not profit.
It's sales, yeah. There are 40,000 profit.
Okay, so I invest 20,000 euros and get 40,000 profit. In what time?
In 1 year.
Okay, so why would I invest 1 million if I can invest 20,000 and double my money in 1 year?
That's the first stage when we test the technology. We invest 20,000, we test it, and after that we'll have more profit.
But I don't need more profit, I need more return. Like I have a return of 100% already in a year.
Yeah, you invest small, you earn small. You invest big.
Yeah, but 100% return without a risk, if you are claiming that it is without a risk, then it's an investment worth taking.
You're right, but...
Okay, how does your end product compare to the end product of the company which pitched before you? In terms of production process and the ultimate cost of the final product?
Our product takes less energy to produce because you don't need to do a lot of processes with raw material. You already have the paper, just mixed with water and produce. There are more steps. So this is less. This uses less energy for producing.
The cost, you have 8 euro cents.
I think we can answer and that's it. Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Valentin. Applause.
It's a small production, and that's why we have...
It's okay, it's okay. You can discuss later, during the dinner, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I have so many microphones. Okay, Rick company, all right. Ilya, the floor is yours. Okay, the mic. Okay.
Hi, my name is Ilya Roter. I represent SolarWay. SolarWay is a clean tech company on a mission to revolutionize home heating using advanced solar technology. Global energy prices are soaring. Heating bills have risen by over 60% in the past year, forcing households to choose between comfort and affordability. Traditional heaters only make it worse, expensive, inefficient, and wasteful. Energy poverty is not just a statistic, it's a reality for millions in our region. Our flagship solar water heater was the starting point of our journey, delivering efficiency and sustainability. Its success inspired us to develop a vacuum tube solar air heater after customers began requesting solutions for heating homes. But our internal audit showed that the glass components were a weak point. They are not only energy and labor intensive, but also fragile in transport and unsafe. That's why we developed a next generation flat plate model using recyclable thin film materials, eliminating glass and reducing the environmental footprint. This picture illustrates our evolution. First was solar water heater, then tubular version of air heater, and now flat plate model, which is more sustainable, efficient, and recyclable. Our innovation as a solar air heater provides a cost-effective solutions for heating homes by harnessing free solar energy and saving households up to $80 per month per one unit during the winter period. Beyond winter heating, it supports fruit and vegetable drying, opening new revenue streams for agricultural families. It has a modular design and can be scaled by connecting units in series or in parallel to achieve required thermal performance. These numbers indicate that the climate problem still exists, which provides us great opportunity for investment. This is the moment for SolarWay to secure its position, to capture market share, and deliver high-impact solutions. We also impactful. Our heater has a clear environmental impact, avoiding half a ton of CO2 per unit annually. Beyond climate, SolarWay creates local jobs and green skills. We also organize awareness events in schools and public institutions, inspiring communities to adopt sustainable practices. This is not just heating, it's resilience for Moldovan households and farmers. Our target customers are rural and suburban households facing high gas bills. Our unique value and affordable modular solar air heater that delivers up to 2 megawatt of clean thermal energy per year, giving households comfort and energy independence. We have already proven SolarWay works. So far, we have sold 25 units and installed 17 pilot systems, helping families cut heating costs by up to 70%. We have secured partnerships with banks and manufacturers. Yes. We have secured, yes. No way. Okay, so we have proven. Okay, so we have secured partnerships with manufacturers and banks, and our next steps are clear. Scale in Moldova with 600K households, expand into Ukraine with more than 6 million potential customers, and then across Eastern Europe where more than 50 million households face the same challenges. Our team is supported by companies, high-skilled professionals, and by a network of international industry players. That's basically it. If any questions, please don't hesitate to ask.
I guess my main question would be, if you already proved in a way the concept on the local market, do you have any figures in terms of profitability?
Yes, of course. We are not just another startup testing a concept. We are an established company. We work for more than 50 years, not 50, 12 years. And of course, we have figures. We have over 1,500 customers, and we're going to transition these customers from our solar water heater business to new business like air heater. So we are the developers of this air heater. We have proven track record, and also every step is documented.
Did you patent the air heater that you... Do you consider that you invented the air heater? Did you patent it? Intellectual property rights?
Currently, no one holds patents, but we have secured legal, non-exclusive rights to utilize this technology within our business operations. Because, you know, our product is on constant development, and our customers give us an idea how to improve it further. So we don't idea how to patent it right now. And we prioritize product development, achieving economies of scale to get price down for our customers. So this is the reason why we don't patent at this stage.
Maybe the question about your overall business, because this is only one product. This is a new product. You have license from your Chinese colleagues.
Yes.
What about your products other than this presented? What do you do, and how this new product fits into your product palette?
Okay, so our essence is like innovation, and we innovate. We, besides of solar air heater, we have another 3 innovations that also presented in our sustainable development program called Moldovan Household Sustainable Development Program. In order not to be unfounded, we decided to make this sustainability project just because we want to demonstrate our innovations in a real house scenario as a proven fact that technology is viable and meets its function. So maybe, yeah. This is the real 100 square meter household where we integrated all of our technologies, and we are ready to make all, to provide all calculations provided by, backed by detailed calculations, yes. So the customers can see this product. We have another 4 besides of air heater.
And those products are on the same stage of development or as air heater or advanced?
Yeah, we sell this actively, and saying about solar water aircon, we have sold for about 200 units. And by the way, we integrated with IoT sensors, and we provide we transfer data to the cloud server about CO2 emissions, about generation, and all these things. We're going to provide with these sensors our solar air heater, but it's a little bit problematic.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ilya. Thank you so much. We have, okay, sorry, I was looking at you, sustainable recycling.
Introducing today a Moldovan innovative alternative for waste perception through innovation, design, and collective effort. Every year, 27 million tons of plastic end up in our landfills, and other 8 million leak in the oceans, forming a floating mass today that forming a floating mass that today is the size of France. And at Recicline, we've developed a complex system that transforms plastic waste collected from the community into high-quality, eco-friendly furniture and design pieces. We aim to change the perception of waste, promoting an efficient waste management system that will maximize the material use over time. Already promoting a successful jewelry line that is already sold internationally, we are now replicating this success with our furniture line. We target a 44 billion eco-friendly furniture market that is forecasted to grow by 9% by 2030. Unlike competitors, we stand out offering more than a product. We offer a sustainable lifestyle choice embodied in our minimalistic, modular, and versatile design. Our business model is orientated both B2B and B2C segments, offering pre-made collection for conscious individuals and custom projects for designers and public spaces. From our launching in 2022, we raised capital for expansion, we installed new machines, we built a strong community, and we gained experience on working with plastic as the material. And now we are on board becoming leaders on eco-friendly furniture market. Our team brings together over 4 years of experience in engineering, design, and business administration. We are constantly supported by mentors and international programs. We are not just a passionate team, we are professionals ready to scale. Looking forward, we expect 1 million revenue in 3 years, driven by product diversification and market expansion, which translates directly as 200 tons of plastic redirected from waste to sustainable products. To achieve this, we need to invest 100,000 in infrastructure, marketing initiatives, and social impact campaigns. Our conviction is simple. The greater our economic success is, the greater our social and environmental impact is. We invite you to be part of this transformative journey, whether through partnerships, soft funding, or shared initiatives. Thank you.
So, like, first of all, congratulations of conquering that fear.
It
Was a tough moment,
it was
but
an error in the system.
yeah, you managed, and yeah, it's hard. So, congratulations. It was great. Please tell me, where do you take or buy the plastic for your products?
As we are the first one in Moldova with such a complex system, we are the pioneers and we had the role to educate the community. That's why we have a very developed social impact activity, when we educate community and we mobilize community in collecting process. We work only with two types of plastic and the community collects it. We have individuals who collect, we have local businesses who collect, and this way, at this moment today, we collect over 100 kilograms of plastic per month from our community, which we recycle. And for bigger projects, when we need really big quantities, we collaborate with recycling facilities in Moldova, and we source from them plastic.
So, just if I understood correctly, you clean up the surroundings and city, and you make something cool out of it. That's,
yes, we
and
have.
then for a bigger, for scale up, you get the plastic from waste management facilities.
Yeah, we mobilized the community also to collect, because it's hard to sell a material which community don't understand it, and in Moldova it's very weak rating of recycling. That's why we are working on that direction.
I have a question. Do you already have a line of products made, or you are designing them and producing them according to the demand, to the contract?
Yeah, we have our collection, which we tested the whole year, the models, the types of assembling, and we have our collection, but also for customized projects, the customer come and say it's their needs, and we just adapt, and we are very flexible in colors, sizes, and designs, because literally from this material you can make whatever you want, considering the furniture.
What do you want to use the money that you take? Specifically, we saw the 100K, so what would you prioritize using the price if you get it?
We are now in a point where we are ready to fulfill the big stocks, and we are ready for export. To go on export, we need certification. To receive certification, we need to adapt the workspace. We need bigger space, we need ventilation system for accordingly to the certification. We need evacuation, stocking, and other criteria that we will use the money for to get that conditions, to get the certificates, to go on export, because for now is the only barrier for us to go on European market like legally and officially. Because till now we tested, like we went to international events where we get in contact with companies and suppliers and concept stores, and this is our goal, to be on European marketplaces and concept stores physically all around Europe.
Super, thank you, Christina.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Ziuzea, please correct me if I didn't say wrong. Bogdan, floor is yours.
Sorry, I was in a hurry and forgot to take my brochure from home to take in a jam, traffic jam, because in our city this is a big problem, and using team helped me to just print it. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Last but not least, I think, Today I want to present our solution to restore water. Our story begins in just a simple walk in Chisinau. I live in a beautiful space and there was a pond, just a basic pond. And we just look at it with my friend and think, why is so dirty? Why is blooming? Why we can't swim there? Which is the problem with us? I forgot to take, sorry. What is the problem? And we start to research. The main problem is that the water quality, we are facing a water quality crisis. First of all, more than 60% of water bodies fails good status. This is official information from European Commission. Also, European Commission said that we spend over 70 billion euros for nutrient pollution cost per year. Also, I want to mention that industrial runoff and agricultural chemicals discharge are only rising because we are only produce more food and products. Our main water ponds are agricultural water ponds, are municipal ponds, are wastewater accumulation ponds, and rivers, which are from majority of city. Our product. We built a modular floating treatment wetland, a proven nature-based solution. We designed it from HDPE plastic, which is non-toxic in the water. We use it in any water like pipe in your home. It's not give a smell, it's not produce any toxic waste in the water. Our solution is no electricity use. We don't use electricity, we are free of chemicals, we are scalable, we have a scalable modular design. We also restoring biodiversity and we decreasing treatment cost by removing multiple contamination. Our solution is simple. You can see a module which is composed from 3 elements, the floating buoyancy elements, which is number 2. The number 1 is plastic element like a net, which is sustain the plants to not fall, and the plant media. And our innovative element, which is we are now currently patenting in Moldova and also prepare documentation in Europe, Romania. This is under box where we put our specialized biofilter, which treats mostly chemical contamination also. Our innovative advantage. First of all, we design for everyone. We have a modular, scalable, built for any water design, from municipal. Yep, we have built a modular design from municipal to residential ponds and any type of body. Also, we developed a monitoring system for live data, and also, as I mentioned, we have a specific sustainable solution with low maintenance. Our business model is simple. Our sales channels are municipalities, farms, industries, and marketplaces. Our go-to-market strategy is direct pilots in municipal bodies and EU tenders, because we also know that water directive was imposed by EU government last year and imposed to treat the water from farmers. Our price per unit is 155 euro, and our net margin is 88%. For this product.
Sorry,
also,
Bogdan,
no.
sorry.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what is the actual unique value you offer to your customer?
Yep. First of all, our models are easy to install. It can be installed by a teenager also, because there's easy like Lego models. Our customers do not have currently, customers treat water using aeration, which is used permanent electricity needs or chemicals needs, and discharge water quality with chemicals discharge only. Our solution is free of chemicals and don't use electricity. Like you just put it once and 15 years with 1 year maintenance just to replace the plants or broken models by like storm event or something like that. You have a bioreactor like that treat water without any other problems. Like.
Okay, and how easy is to copy your product?
Okay, first of all, as I mentioned, we just now patented it. We have a patent design for a model behind that you see that is an industrial patent. Also, we have innovation. Our innovation is not only these models, but also a filter media. In this box is putting a filter media which increase with time pollution removals because we put in this media only like biochar, if you know, which is a carbon specialized pyrolysis process, which allow us to put a like biochar in this box, and this biochar is treating water from hard metals. Also is a plant, this is a media for biofilm, which is also treat water from nitrogens.
So the first question, where do you take your plastic from?
First of all, we are only finished R&D, and now we are looking for manufacturing plastic forms molds. We now are discussing for Poland, or because Boost connected us to one of our mentors' proposals, and we are collecting money to produce these molds. And molds will be our this is a fully outsourced production. We need only molds and rotomolding fabric, which will produce this, using our molds, will produce our necessary party of products. We don't need a production at this moment, like to build a fabric or something else. It's also,
And the filtration process is made by the technology or by the plants?
Trash is made by both, because this is technology proven, nature-based, because it's have 20 years, but its current implementation is like floating plastic mud which cannot be transported easily. We add, the roots treat the water from nutrients majority, but we add a box where we create a biofilm special media, which only increase with up to times the treatment process.
And the last question, do you also provide plants, or you provide?
We want to provide a final product, but for marketplaces we will provide only the model by itself and media, but plants will be delivered if clients wants separately to not include in, because it's a problem to deliver plants, for example, in USA, because this is one of our main interesting market, because there are many private ponds where we can work.
That's it. Super. Bravo.
Thank you for all.
Thank you so much. With Bogdan, we are done with pitching. I'm just checking. Did anybody I didn't call out? No. Everybody. Did you feel like just to double? Yes, you have scores for everybody. Just double checking. You never know. Once again, let's big applause for everybody. Just the second slide, what we are going to have. Aha, sorry, yes. Yeah, sorry, I missed it. Okay, it's a certificate ceremony. Yevgen, you're here. Ben, do you want to just start?
Wrap us up. I thought Haidana would wrap us up. Okay, I will do it, and I will climb onto the stage. Yevgen, in the meantime, you can maybe go and get the certificates from there. I had to call Yevgen from the upstairs because it's he who is actually our project manager and has signed these certificates. And I would like to ask the photographer, while I call each participant up on the stage, maybe you can take a photo so everybody has a small memory from this moment. Well done, everybody. Congratulations on the pitching. I saw many fantastic and beautiful pitches, and already we are thinking about, who will get the prize, who will go to Poland, so on and so forth. Hopefully next week we will get all of those results to you guys. Before we do the final wrap-up, I just want to give a final round of applause for our fantastic experts here in the front line. Great questions. I think this was a real opportunity for some of our participants who hadn't pitched before to actually get proper feedback from people who are working with startups every day. Before we go into the certificates, I just wanted to give you the opportunity to maybe say a few words, what you have seen today, any kind of feelings that are swelling out of your heart. Is there some kind of final tips or tricks that you would like to give to our participants while we have this opportunity to share this space? Yeah.
First of all, I already mentioned to to our colleagues in the jury that first of all, I was impressed by the number of participants that we had, and I actually told that to the UNDP team, because it's not in Moldova, when it comes to green and circular economy, we don't have a lot of applicants, so it's lovely to see new projects coming in, new ideas coming in, and so on. Second, yes, it's great to have this experience of being exposed in front of an audience and do the pitch. Every question, probably you go back and you might rethink some of the answers or see what would be the other details. Take the chance and the opportunity. We're still in Moldova. The guys who are leaving, maybe approach them and ask them how they would see an answer from you based on the presentation and what you did. You had this opportunity now, irrespective of how things go further. And yes, I guess I want to mention, we do have a ticket for the Web Summit, but we didn't decide who will take the ticket.
Okay.
So we will decide and give it to someone. This comes with an extra bonus to one of the company. It doesn't mean that that company is the winner in any way. It's just a company that we think should go to the Web Summit, okay?
Fantastic. The bonuses just keep piling up, so maybe the jury will take during the ceremony or the handing of the certificates, they will take a few minutes and then they will come and let us know who will be flying to Web Summit this year. Sorry, over to you, Mike.
So I just would like to congratulate all of you to actually come here. It's not easy to pitch, in front of the multiple people that you do not know, especially from various places, maybe more experienced than you. So first of all, congratulate to all of you. Second of all, remember that every pitch is a very important experience for you, even if you don't realize it right now. You will have some reflection, you will have a lot of ideas, maybe what went wrong, what could have gone better, and so on and so forth. But if you didn't come here, you wouldn't know it. So just entering the stage already put you forward with whatever you are doing. Switch or start doing anything else, maybe drop this idea, went for another one. This particular experience gave you something that is very valuable. So be proud of yourself. It's great that you made it. I congratulate you. We didn't have actual time to give you a proper feedback because we needed more answers from you. But if you are looking for one, I'm super happy to provide you or help you out, maybe give some tips. So yeah, feel free to connect or during the dinner or later on. Yeah, congrats.
Yeah, a couple of words. I think that you have noticed that I asked some fiery questions to some of the startups. So, I don't want to demotivate you, but this was level 1. Yeah, this is level 1 questions. As further you go in your journey as a startup, the more you pitch, the more you understand that this was showing you for what you need to be ready during this stage battle. Because you need to be ready not only to deliver the information you have on the slides, but to reflect agilely on all the comments, on all the incoming questions in such a way as to not to show that you have some lacks of knowledge or lacks of working on the specific elements of your presentation. So this is, I believe that this is one of the important things for you after today's pitching. but more so, I think you need to congratulate your team members on being with you today, on being present, and on helping you from the hall, when you were on this stage to deliver the best version of your presentation, of your pitch you were able to do. So this is a round of applause for co-founders, for the team members, so that they support you and continue grow with you, alongside you as founders. Yeah. Thank you very much, co-founders.
I would like to thank my colleagues from EDP that provided me with this opportunity to participate here today. And as it was mentioned by Marina, I'm very happy that I saw so many sustainable companies and startups and enthusiasts in this area. I would like to mention that I think in the beginning of the next year, we'll launch additional support mechanisms and programs for startups and active companies that would like to nurture and to develop businesses in a circular economy. So I encourage all of you to participate, and particularly if you want to develop further your idea and to receive mentorship and financial support and expertise from the international experts. And I'm very happy that we have so many sustainable business models within this quite new and innovative area for Moldova. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And one final comment from me. I know I talked too much. When we were doing this pitching practice, the average time for those organizations that did the first pitch with me was 9.5 minutes. And you all did your pitches, and I didn't tell you the time before the end, and everybody was surprised and thought that they actually made it within 3.5 minutes. So from that, you've come a very, very long way. So congratulations on that.